And we are live. What is up, everybody? This is The Last. I am here for another Team Battle Network stream, this time with my co-hosts, Risch.
Hello, everyone. My name is Risch.
And Erothaur.
Hello. You can blame me for the awful run you'll be seeing on the left today.
And as he mentions, today we are going to be doing a world record comparison between Arrow's 2:35.22 of Battle Network 6 Gregar, set almost 7 years ago, and the current world record for Battle Network 6 Gregar, Risch, who set that, what was it, 2:11.30? I don't know what the current one is anymore. Just more recently, and with obviously much different strategies. Should be really interesting, and through the magic of global hotkeys, I'll be able to pause the videos to keep them up at pace with each other, and keep track of the time that each video spends paused, so we can all see where time is lost or gained in each run while we go. Gentlemen, do you have any...
super excited to see this.
Yeah, any comments before we get going?
I'm just really excited. I haven't watched one of my old runs in so long.
This is gonna be, it's gonna be really fun watching. Not only I get to see my run again, so I get to see all the little mistakes, but then I also get to see what used to be considered a potentially good run.
Oh my gosh, you're going to be blown away by how bad this is. It's changed so much even just before you started.
Yes, I know. It changed a lot while I was playing in very minor ways, but...
It changed in very major ways, I would say.
I guess.
Since the 235s.
Mm-hmm. I'll make a quick note, there's going to be background music playing because both of these are the actual world record videos, including the runner's commentary, so in order to keep things a little bit more clear, I've elected to not have any of the original audio, so you'll get to listen to this lovely background music the whole time, and I think with that we're ready to go. Does somebody want to give me a countdown?
Erothaur, why don't you do the honors?
No, Risch, I insist.
Alright, fine.
You're the world record holder after all.
Alright, we will begin the watching on the count of 3. So 3, 2, 1, go.
Alright, and if everything worked... Oh, magic.
Black screens. Oh wait, there we go.
So
I see we start off strong with Erothaur running into a corner.
Yeah, there will be lots of little time losses. For example, that mashing sequence there with the fat guy and walking around, but also a bunch of major time loss sequences. So at points that make sense for catching up, I'll just go ahead and pause Risch here, and voila, they're back in sync.
Oh my gosh, I was about to comment on how my movement doesn't seem like it's changed that much. And then I just saw something that I did. I used to mash exclusively B for all the text.
Wow.
So you'll see Lang kind of stutter after he walks away from NPCs a lot.
Comment on the no timer. The timers at the bottom are just keeping track of how long I have paused each video. So they are how much time that side has gained on the other. For example...
Look how slow my text is.
You've been playing on the English version in this run. You now do only Japanese runs from what I remember.
I actually switched back to English recently.
Ooh. Oh yeah, because of all the other differences. So yeah, the reason that there's also no timer is that there's honestly...
I stepped up for the cannon. What world is this?
It's really weird trying to have a timer for both, for 2 runs, because we're just going to be pausing them each intermittently. So it doesn't really make sense that we have a timer going. But if you're curious, the run on the right was a 2:11:30, and the run on the left was a 2:35:22 or so.
Missed a charge shot. That's
Yeah,
someone
I
else's
also
user.
I used the
cannon.
sword before any charge shots
Yep.
as well.
Yeah, so you'll
Yeah, I
notice
used the cannon instead of the Vulcan.
current world record is already almost 12 seconds ahead, and we're just in the tutorial.
And I thought it was bad when I lost like half a second, dude.
I'm curious if the time on the left is ever gonna go above 0.
It should, because you don't pick up some reg ups and things like that.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I don't even know if you do the edit here.
Oh, yeah, yeah. The edit's
Oh,
like eternal. I think I just forgot. Yeah.
There you go.
No, wait. Did we even reg the crack shot?
Oh, you tried to go
I
to
thought we did
sleep.
that forever.
You.
There you go.
Here.
2.5 second time save for not regging the crack shot.
There we go.
It's quality gameplay.
All right. So how did your fight go? Oh, you got a really early encounter. Oh, you might have had a chance at a not having the crack shot right.
It's so painful.
You even.
It's the big brain strat, dude.
Oh, I suppose. I see what you're doing. Yeah. So I'm already done with the fight. Moving on to area.
Moving
2
on,
here.
but he's got a tornado.
He does have a tornado. That does save a lot of time.
That movement
Oh,
too.
I don't know about a lot of time.
Oh yeah, you're mashing B.
Oh, how things have changed. I'm impressed with myself with my movement, though. For the most part, it's not much different.
Risch, I
He's
forgot you
just- oh,
skipped
no.
the
I didn't remember that either. I was wondering if I got the encounter or not.
Risch jacking out.
Dude, run away. What is this?
Do we get
I
2
like that-
encounters, Arrow?
I like that you took the encounter and used wide sword area grab.
Area grab.
I would have seen S codes and immediately run away. 2 encounters and you took both. Didn't even go for counter hits.
I don't know if I knew that they increased the custom stream at this point. Or the rank.
Missed the charge shot and just decided, oh, well, I guess we're gonna...
And I think you might actually run down and pick something up? Maybe I'm
No,
misremembering?
no way.
Do you pick up the GMD?
Not a chance.
He picks up copy damage
Oh,
now? We don't
copy
even know
damage.
copy damage strats.
We don't even
3
do copy damage.
encounters.
Why are you getting copied? No, wait, was this run? No, because this was before you started, right, last?
Yes,
copy
this was
damage
before I
your
started.
thing.
The reason I selected this particular world record is it was world record when I began running. So a little bit of nostalgia for me.
Man, no wonder you guys couldn't get a sub 11 blast, man.
Right?
And now he's got Boomer,
Dude, this was
Tornado,
back in the
Mach
day
Gun.
of like
Boomer,
anything.
tornado,
sub-12,
and Mach
taking
Gun with
it.
2 reflector
God.
C's.
It's okay, he's only a minute 45 behind, and those chips are going to carry him.
Good,
Here
good.
we go.
Yeah, it's all for the BGMD. It's the real strat.
No, he has such a good chance of drawing a really good chip on Blastman. There's no way his fight could be slower than mine.
Look, I saved 2 seconds not regging crack shot
And
though.
as we see, this is all time save right here. This is all time save from walking the correct way around the table.
Yep.
That was like 2 seconds.
Oh man. I think the little things are gonna make me laugh way more than
Yeah,
any
for
of the
sure.
like huge
Because
changes.
there have been like pretty substantial route improvements, but just the small optimizations are.
Same order in which you talk to people, just like different.
Nah, it's
movement.
completely
Oh nope, never mind.
Yup.
The new order is actually what the task does, and it's like fairly recent, all things considered.
You managed
I
to
didn't
stay
see-
even on time, but you didn't pick up the reg up.
Yeah, I was gonna say it ended up being.
Yeah,
the
no,
exact
that's
same amount of
like
time
a
with the
couple of
break.
frames difference, probably.
Oh yeah, because you still don't have crack shot reg, but hey, you drew it.
He drew it. He actually got about the same fight you did.
The
You
mini
did.
bomb. Dude, we never get mini bomb on this fight anywhere.
Oh, it's so good though.
I love drawing mini bomb.
Picking up the Thunder Star and not the Zennies. Bold.
Wait.
Yeah, yeah,
Wait.
bold move. No
This is-
encounter chance, dude.
Yeah, subtape, this is not a race. These are the two old world records. The one on the right is the current world record, so I'm sorry, not old. The one on the left is about 7 years old. We are just observing the differences.
So we still valued chips a lot more back when this was done.
Talk to desk. Also, I'm loving the order. Your order. Oh wait, I guess there was like a slight difference already. Yeah, just letting it.
It's very minor, but there is, yeah.
Yeah.
This is why I wanted these little hotkeys.
Yeah, it took the left speed run 6 years to finish.
You're not far off.
It's okay. We're currently making fun of like all the little mistakes that Erothaur makes for the most part because, you know, the route was way different back then. 7 years of difference of learning a game makes a huge difference. But keep in mind there's going to be one very important part that we get to make fun of me for being bad, okay?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure my run doesn't do that, so...
Yeah. It's going to be my favorite part of the run. Man, I can't imagine.
Edit now.
What?
It doesn't make a huge difference.
I guess I'm not planning to pick up any chips. Wait, what is
But we do
going
want
on?
chips.
Oh, I think because I had so much stuff and we didn't really run from encounters at the time.
Oh yeah, that would make sense. You wanted to deal
And now
with
I
the-
run crack shot. Hello. These comps are gonna look way different as well.
Oh yeah, there's
They
gonna be a
started off
lot
the
of.
same. Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah,
It's got all in
but
it.
right where he paused it is where it's going to start to get different. You're gonna see me run down. That's a new tech that we have discovered to keep our encounter chance low by triggering an extra firewall.
And for example, right here, we've already got that
Yeah,
encounter.
it's like almost guaranteed only one encounter.
Mhm.
Whereas I'm probably gonna get 2 in this run. I actually got a really early encounter. My movement must have been bad.
I'm gonna let this keep going because I think you get a second encounter. So we'll get a little desynced, but that's okay. You don't get a second encounter.
No, you normally get it.
It
on
would
the
be
main
really lucky not
area.
to get it. You'd get it on like
There
the
it is.
straightaway.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah.
Nice boomer draw.
Nice.
Yo, easy. I'll probably go for the counter hit too. Naturally.
All right. Now my favorite part: comparing mashing speeds on Mick.
I'm gonna be excited for the time loss on Ito.
Make sure we're synced going into E2.
I will keep.
I
as
think I
close
used
as
to
can.
change my grip for Ito and like mash BNA at the same time or something.
All right, this is Robocomp 2. Very different modern route. Picks up the reg up
Yeah.
and also does the progs in a completely different order to reduce the chance of encounters. So I'm gonna
Robo
let these
2
just
got
run.
completely rerouted.
Thank you, Prof, by the way.
So we should wait until one of us runs into Blast Man. And
That's the
then...
plan.
Yep. But you'll see how much faster this new strat is. And the main reason is actually that
Assuming
there's
you
more-
didn't get the 50-50.
Yeah, there's a lot of extra. There's a little bit of extra movement, but you save a lot of time due to
Even worse,
very likely not getting an encounter.
Arrow's not gonna jack out at all. He's gonna walk
Oh,
all the way back to Blast Man.
I think that was still a thing here, yeah. Who was it that... Oh, I forget who did the thing where I was like, hey, we could jack out. That would probably be faster.
But then we didn't even do it originally because we want the fire chips so badly. Arrow wants to take all of these fights because he needs fire chips to beat the kettle scenario quickly.
Yeah.
Yep. I see why you pick up copy damage in that case. But you messed this fight up.
Risch does get the 50-50.
You're
Oh my
getting
gosh.
stuck on all the walls too.
Erothaur
You
got
actually
there a
made
bit
it
before.
a little bit before. Now the last
And now
one's
Erothaur has to deal with this fight at 10 HP, and
I'm
sitting here
sure
wondering-
Risch still kills it fast. Blastman's not whatever.
I'm just wondering how my fight. I'm confused because I have a fire hit 1B in my folder.
Even the fight is different. You notice Risch is hugging behind the top cube there, and I'm just ignoring it completely.
Hugging behind the top cube causes Blastman to go into the open 2 rows where we can more easily hit him with attacks. But that wasn't a thing we knew at the time. Although somehow Arrow's doing this fight very well. Oh, it was the non-cooperation, yeah.
Like, just watch him not go to the front. I still did it slightly faster, but...
Yeah, we both had swords, and Blastman just kind of came to the front first for me.
So checking in after the Blastman split, we're only about 2 minutes behind.
2 minutes of difference.
Wow. Just exited the classroom the other way for another second halftime loss.
Dude, I used to just do whatever I felt like.
Oh man, you lost a frame.
Still sub 20? Yeah. It was generally like, I think at this time anything sub 13 considered takeable for Blastman.
When did you learn about the... Oh, you didn't in this run, okay. When did you start cutting up to...
I forget. It was just one of the small things I started.
Yeah.
I think it was only... That one's only like a couple years old, I think.
Yeah, so I'm assuming about 7 years ago, people weren't really as aware of how the... Oh, I skipped this encounter.
Yeah.
Impressive. Let's go. People weren't necessarily aware of how the movement in the Battle Network games worked.
We were definitely starting to, but not in depth in any way.
Yeah. So it's like you want to avoid horizontal movement due to the isometric view. I'm going to lose time here just because of picking up the reg up.
Oops.
Also, I don't have to pick up copy damage. Or I have to pick up copy damage. Erothaur doesn't.
This is true. Also, though,
You'll
Erothaur
also see
only
me
has...
cut into pretty much every transition instead of like holding up or down. Like even when it would be just straight up or straight down, I'll cut most of the time.
Now, remember that Erothaur didn't pick up the 700 Zennies, so he only bought 2 sneak runs.
Yes.
True.
Which means there's one place that he won't be able to use a sneak run that I can. Ah, yes. The full second time save of mashing there.
Unreal. Can't wait for the 10-minute pause on Aquarium.
How are we gonna handle Aquarium comps?
Probably just at the end of each comp. But
That would make sense. Each area, just pause it.
Here we go again. Pause. Done.
Oh,
Right.
just go through the rug.
Dude, that one's closer. It's faster. I don't know what you mean.
Oh, perfect movement from you.
So this is actually a technique I use when I'm practicing my runs to see where I lost time against like world record when I was practicing for Falzar, and sometimes even when like Risch has a really nice split in Gregar. So I'll just run 2 videos next to each other to see where the time loss and gain is. It's immediately instructive. Like, oh yeah, I ran into that guy and lost a second. So
Yeah, it seems like a really good...
It's a very good tool. I usually remember what happens in my runs, and I watch other people's runs just to get an idea of... Ooh.
So this will be the first big time save for Arrow because
Can't
he's
wait to
not getting the
see
reg up.
if the tree comp paths changed at all. The funny thing is, I think they did.
They definitely did. At a minimum, we have skips now.
I don't think Celine Dion's skip was there yet either.
Nope.
So 15 seconds there. For that rig up.
But we will see that is
Worth
just
every
pays and
second.
spades, yeah.
You never know. I might have got lucky on this run.
I'm excited for Sky Gauntlets.
Oh, Sky Gauntlets is also going to be really fun.
Oh, true. Yeah. You never know. I might have got lucky this run. Dude, that piranha never moves down from me.
Very interesting to take the sword after
The copy
or
damage.
before the combat damage. Yeah.
So a little bit of
It
a
was
time save.
fast though.
It was pretty fast. Like, not having to reopen the custom screen's always good. But it was a nice
Yes.
draw.
Yeah.
Now, notice we still have crack shot regged for arrow, not reflector,
Mm-hmm.
which will potentially mess up your bathroom splits. But we'll see how that goes.
Oh god, bathroom splits.
Keep in mind, he also has 2 reflector Cs.
Oh, yeah.
And just a ton of chips. Bearing in mind we're maybe like 15 minutes in and Rich's record's almost 3 minutes ahead.
2.5.
Probably closer to 16 minutes at the moment.
I think we're both just going to sneak run through this area, so I think this is a good time to. Oh wait, is this the time you choosing not to
No,
sneak
he
run?
late sneak runs.
Oh, very late. I see.
I think I forgot. I don't know if I'd call it late.
Yeah.
At least not intentionally.
So I think that this is a good time to talk about the hotfix, since I would just use the command. Yes, on Monday, this coming Monday, so 2 days from now, we'll be having a community spotlight on GDQ hotfix, where we will be doing a BN6 randomizer run between our 2 gentlemen here, Last and Erothaur. They'll be running up to base using the randomizer and not using Beast Out or any crosses. We'll then follow that up with Erothaur doing some One Step from Eden runs, a solo seeded Saffron run, followed up with a interaction run with Chat, where Chat will tell Erothaur exactly what spells and artifacts and stuff he can take. And then we will conclude the stream with a Battle Network 3 race between myself and Kilios. So make sure you tune in Monday, May 4th to the GDQ channel, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Oh wow, it worked out perfectly too that I got that out of the way just before Bathroom Splits fight.
The one thing we missed was Arrow had already picked up copy damage, so he didn't need to go out of his way for that, which was the little bit of time save.
Yep.
And this is why regging crack shot is so, or not crack shot, reflector is so important, because the draw just auto wins for you. I don't even know if we knew at this time that reflector made this fight so easy.
I
This is gonna be
think
interesting.
I did, but I forget. Probably not, actually. I think most of the optimizations started to come in like the mid-20s range.
That was over 12 seconds. That was about 12 seconds of time save there.
What's the Metar 2 doing in the background? Just hanging out.
Here's the small time save from not a sneak run. Oh, gets an encounter.
Oh, dude, we should have compared to the run where Fat Kid died to bathroom splits.
I know that fight is highlighted somewhere. I wonder if the whole run is
I doubt it. It's probably gone.
lost to the ages. So now we get to see. I wonder. Well, I guess it doesn't matter for you because no L button strats. But it's like this is a point in the run nowadays where you almost just reset a lot of the time because we really want to get a train arrow from it. But 7 years ago, we didn't
You got another
use L
encounter?
button.
Ouch.
What? Wait,
So yeah, like 7 years ago, we didn't use L button strats in the Aquarium comps, which meant that getting a train arrow here really didn't make a difference. So there was no reason to reset ever.
I was usually
in
pretty
fact, I was
happy.
probably really happy to get this encounter.
Yeah, because we still cared
Longsword
about
S was like a
longswords.
premium chip back in the day.
Oh yeah, that's right. Because you guys would go for you would try and draw life sword
sword.
on some bosses, and I got the train arrow 1A. that
Yeah,
I
dude,
would hope
picking up
for.
Life Sword on Dive Man used to be huge.
We also
It would still be fast on like nowadays. It may not be as fast as just crack shot train arrow, but
I mean, I wouldn't considerate put it in the folder fast.
Yeah.
We also regularly got like 2 to 3 train arrows from all the from all the Aquarium comps.
Yeah. We also regularly got out of them
Oh,
still
right.
without train arrow.
This was the one I got 2 train arrow A's.
Risch is straight cheating over here.
Should we just end
There we go.
get to the Seaside BBS around the same time?
Yeah, actually, you spent about the same time in Seaside because it was just 2 fights for both of you, and they both went pretty well, which is impressive given that arrows had sorties every time.
Yeah.
Aquarum's going to be the big one, I think.
Aquarium's gonna be real big.
No,
I think we'll all be surprised how big every comp is, actually.
And that's a really good point, Prof. Arrow has
Oh,
not
that sounds
stacked his
sweet.
folder. His chips are exactly in the normal order, just subbing things in and out. He hasn't tried to put the good chips at the top.
These are my favorite parts of doing comparison runs, is just watching them side by side in sync almost perfectly.
I think, in fact, even after the Lotto trader, my chips end up at like the middle of the folder.
Because we never took the cannons out.
Mm-hmm. And well, we never attack sorted to get the swords up top.
Yep.
To get rid of them.
How far along was BN1 at this point? Because isn't BN1 where we started
This was
like, learning about folder
Before
stacking?
manipulation.
Yeah. So around the time that
I
RNG manipulation,
Don't think Prism had even got a sub 2 yet at this point.
So
I was
Risch
trying to
just
figure
added
out what to remove because I had 2 train arrows and I didn't know what I was doing. You don't do a folder edit because you didn't get a train arrow. You also, I don't think, got the swordie, did you? Or the longsword.
No.
He probably.
So
added
I don't
before
think
dive.
did I add up my folder? I
You
doubt
did
it,
not.
right?
Yeah, it would make sense anyway to save the folder edit for Dive Man.
There you go.
At least the Navi coast has never changed.
Except now it has.
Oh yeah, it has changed now.
Well, this part you can still do the same, right? Because you just remove all now, right? It won't let you put the attack 10 or the attack 1 in the bottom left.
You
I
have to
know.
move it, so you can move it now or you can move it later. You can still do it the same way.
Or he was saying you can just remove all to
Oh,
get
sure.
them everything out and then put the attack plus 1 in the right place.
It's usually how I do it.
Wait, there's
Yeah.
a remove all on the Navi coast?
You can
Select.
hit select and it asks if you want to remove all programs.
Today I learned.
I forget if that's not in this game for folders yet. They started doing that in Star Force for folders as well.
Oh my god, that's so good.
Alright, let's sync up the aquariums.
How
Yeah,
bad
the
is my
stacking in 4 to 6 came pretty late. It was another one of those situations where Prof walked into my stream one day and he was like, "Hey, why don't you do this?" And I was like, I didn't know."
Alright, so far, Risch has talked to Dolphin and the Turtles twice, so Arrow's actually ahead in the aquarium despite poor movement and mash speed.
It's because of the mash B strats. I can't double talk. That's why I used to do it.
thinking
too.
in advance.
Oh, but then he talked to that guy. Oh, Risch walked past the elephant seal.
Oh my god.
I was trying to do a fancy little talk.
There's the swag talk.
I had to make sure to get that swag talk.
And Erothaur is the winner.
Look at this world record holder.
That was like 4 seconds. Also, skipping the reg up saves another second or 2.
Yeah.
And then can't walk around the corner, loses it right back.
Oh my gosh.
Just need to study a little harder. Yep. Just needed to read that turtle twice just to make sure I knew what the knew all about it. It was also very important that I learn about the dolphin too. even though it was the wrong dolphin.
So even 7 years ago, corners were the real final boss.
Wait, did we just both?
Yup.
Yeah. No, yeah, that corner is pretty widely a problem in my opinion. Now the thing is, I don't think Erothaur would ever have gone for the famed penguin skip.
Nope.
I
he
probably
turns.
did actually. I probably.
Oh, you did it in a different way. You
Yeah.
used an extra turn frame to do the same thing.
Because back then I was like, it's a frame. Who cares?
Those frames add up.
You're both pressing select just as fast. So at least you got that going for you.
I mean, it's just mash select.
And there we go. One went up, one went down, got there at the same time. We finally solved whether or not it's faster to go up or down.
Yeah, I think the horizontal works out like
It's-
exactly the same.
Yeah. No matter what, there's horizontal movement at some point. It's just a matter of when you do it, so it's probably save a frame or two based on turn frames.
Yeah, it would be frames at least.
I like the way you entered the aquarium there, by the way. Instead of holding up,
Oh,
you
I
held
cut,
right.
didn't I? Yeah.
You cut left. It was the weirdest thing. I ran into the stairs.
Get a good, nice.
Look at this
sync up.
world record pace. Ignore the 3:33.
And here comes Aquarium. Anyone want to guess?
Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and
Oh
guess a
my God.
solid 2.5 minutes time difference. Right now,
I
we
think it's
are-
about 2. Yeah.
We're at like 2:45 right now.
Yep.
I'm gonna say it's more than that. I'm gonna say it's 3.
I think it's somewhere in the 2-minute range.
You also have to keep in mind that I'm mashing faster too.
And we'll see how
Quite
lucky
faster.
because Erothaur might get encounter skips.
Yeah, no, it's true.
No chance.
I was about to say, and Erothaur gets off to a quick lead, and it's gone. Second he got an encounter. Oh, nice mini bomb.
I'm gonna wait for the counter hit too. No? Wow.
So I think we do the progs in the same order for at least the first comp. I'll go ahead and reset
I think
this.
only the third comp will be different, yeah. Third comp might be the same too. I have no idea when I started doing that.
So the first prog alone, how much time loss is there gonna be on this first prog?
Oh, got the encounter. And
That was
Quakers
a
are the
big
worst.
stretch though.
That was a really good stretch. I was like, how, what? Did he use an L button strat and I just didn't see it?
No, we didn't know about this at the time.
I know.
Not a chance.
So, how much time loss is there to the prog?
Looks like
Exactly
about
40 seconds.
yeah. The first 2 progs. Movement's still good. Nobody got eaten by sharks.
Oh, are we gonna see the old area Aquarium 2
I
shark
think-
strat?
We're gonna see the really old one, not even the like risky one that is theoretically faster than current. Where you go up the left side.
I think. Oh yeah, no, we didn't even do that then. How did we get past the shark?
I think we took the loop, but I don't remember.
Did
Right, so
we?
this is the cost of an L button strat. This time save here. That was about 5 seconds, but then immediately we get the encounter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll also notice that we just like played the encounters slower. We weren't as practiced, so we spend a lot of time looking at the custom screen, deciding what order to take chips in, because there isn't the flow that we know now of like, oh, this kills this, that kills this. especially
Yeah,
in
now I
Aquarium.
just have like completely memorized a lot of the chip draws for encounters.
What's the best thing that counter hits things and whatnot?
Yeah.
There's just so many different little ways.
So checking back in, we're now 350 behind. We lost 1 minute and 5 seconds in the first comp.
Risch jacks out. I promptly get an encounter.
And that's why we do it there. I do appreciate the mini bomb kill though.
Yeah, if he was playing well, Erothaur would be looking to do a lot of counter hit chaining, where you just make sure you always end every fight with counter hits, because certain enemies are really easy to counter hit or defeat. Ooh, here's the strat. No, he's gonna wait. So like Quakers are really hard to counter hit
What
and
is
have a lot of
this?
HP. So he's trying to hold full synchro across fights as much as possible, but it's difficult.
It's like Pavilion Comp 1. You just high five the shark real quick.
Wait, that works? How did we just... What?
Did I pause both?
No, it was a joke because Erothaur stopped me.
Getting trolled.
Did I just yeet a cannon into the ether?
You did. You did.
This was like before I got good at the aquarium and had like a lot of counter hits all the time.
You did get the 1 in 6
That's
train arrow
crazy.
though.
Yeah.
What's the strat for this one? Is it just the same? It should be just the same. There we go.
Yeah.
I'm curious about this third one too.
I think it's the same.
We knew the walk slow
know.
strat.
Right now you've lost about 2 minutes. You're at the entire comp.
Oh, but look at this time save.
Yeah, until you get an encounter on the way back.
Look, okay, we don't...
Oh, he stops. That's about the same.
Oh yeah, we literally stood still. Instead of walking.
Suppose that makes sense.
Does he get
Well,
the...
because the task stands still instead of walking.
There it is.
But only for like exactly the right number of frames.
Yeah.
Machine gun is so good in these. Mostly when you have full synchro.
I like that you didn't try and trigger it.
What am I doing?
Like you're not even going for the counter hit.
What am I doing?
You're gonna kill
I
him
don't
with a tornado.
understand.
What am I doing?
You didn't even counter hit it.
Damn it. Tornado.
What am I doing?
All right, after comp 2, we are 5-10 behind. So another decent chunk lost there.
5:15.
What was past you thinking? I don't know, dude. Probably wasn't, to be fair. I waited for the counter hit that time.
I know. That's why I'm confused.
Yeah, that encounter alone was like 30 seconds. Once upon a time, I did research into how much time loss it would take to get our HP to 180 so that we would have a 50% run rate in these comps. And it was worth it, just only by a little bit, so we didn't end up implementing it. And like RNGing a bunch of encounter runaways is frustrating, but that's how desperate we were for any way to make these comps faster.
Yeah, because this was the worst part of the game. And it kind of still is, but it's mostly just dive man now. But like the whole Aquarium comps were just terrible back then.
We also see our first difference in prog order.
It doesn't really matter Because
No.
the only difference is what prog you do first, because the cutscene causes the sharks to behave slightly differently. So 4, 3, 2, 1 versus 4, 1, 2, 3. We probably just do it the way we do it now for ease of L button strats. Remembering.
I think I just arbitrarily changed it at some point
I'd believe it.
to match the task or something, probably.
That would make sense.
You're good at those counter hits on puffies, though.
Yeah, I don't know how past me did it.
Lots of practice that we don't have anymore.
Yeah, actually. For like 2 puffies in the whole run.
And now I am done with Aquarium, so we see how much time lost.
Comp 3 wasn't too bad.
Not the last prog, it's not that bad.
If he gets an encounter on the way there, it'll be disappointing. But it was really only like 2 or 3
Oh, I
encounters.
probably do.
You might edit also. Nope.
Yeah.
There you go. So about 6 minutes behind. So it was 3
didn't
minutes,
put train
30
out.
seconds time loss.
Oh, but I got the big 80 damage thunder.
We stopped picking up Thunder when I decided we wanted that 700 Zenny more to get the guaranteed sneak run.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
I got the draw. Fantastic.
Yeah, we also had no idea how his AI move worked either, so if like I took those 2 swords and needed them to come to the front, I would just stand there and wait. Which I'm gonna stand in his row and push him out. No, okay. Never mind.
Oh, you just maniped him away from your boomer though.
Yeah, and I didn't move up fast enough, so he went to the middle. That's fantastic.
To be fair, that was like just a bad dive man fight by today's standards.
Yeah,
I'm sure that that's just how all dive man fights were back then.
kinda.
I remember grinding dive man fights, and I was happy if it was 25 seconds in battle time,
Hmm.
which is still like sort of what we're aiming for if you don't
I
draw a trainer.
would still be okay with 25.
Yeah.
If you get a good counter hit off, 20 is like super good fight.
Yeah, it's once I hit like the 30-second mark that I'm questioning myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, man, that was a bad fight. Back then we were like, oh, 50 seconds. Can't be helped, I guess. Hey,
Dang,
Dive Man, what are you gonna do?
Dive man
And
being
now
your,
you get to see the difference of kettles.
Yep. Dive man being your first game over is
Or-
totally reasonable.
Kettles were largely the same until the last fight.
That would make sense.
I was also way worse at fighting Heatman than I am now.
And you don't have train arrows in your folder.
Reminder, you can
Yes.
counter hit with Reflector on the back attack. On actually
Wise-
both of
wise
his
and
attack.
similar.
On both of his attacks, you get counter hits with Reflector.
Yeah, both of them except for
The one that
the,
he
the
starts
back hit
off.
attack.
Yeah, the one he starts off. Except for the one where he starts in his back column.
Reminder, you can't hit the back hit attack, and also if you talk to Glide right, you'll never get an encounter.
Oh, wow, arrow actually got slightly ahead in there. Must have been just a little movement hiccup. Oh, but watch this sweet picking up of the fire hit 1.
Do I? Oh, I do.
Of course.
Way.
We need fire
No.
chips.
We do. And this is where I do the edit.
But
Do you
you
take
put in
out this-
train arrow.
Yeah,
And that's
because
it.
it's so good. But I only put in one of them.
To be fair, that one was the A code.
Yes. Yeah. At least it was the A code. Do you remember how
Alright.
good F code used to be?
Yes. Missed the counter hit. It's literally impossible to mess up kettles.
I just think he didn't go for the counter
I
hit.
think so too.
Oh, I definitely. We used to wait for it to move up and then counter hit it behind the kettle.
Oh, so you just probably went too early then.
Yeah.
You also got an encounter.
You
Oh,
forgot.
no, you didn't use the sneak run because you didn't have a counter hit, right? That would make sense.
I think I
Ah.
used it before the first scuttle. But I will likely take advantage of this.
Going in now. You're going in with the counter hit again.
So the first major change that I looked into for this scenario was actually if we could consistently get firearm H, which requires you getting a 5 or 6 rank on old stoves, but it was reggable and it's H coat to go with heat press. That's actually the line of thinking that led me to copy damage strats.
Yeah.
But,
So I had actually looked into regging copy damage for this scenario before, but decided that it wasn't worth it because I didn't realize the longer term implications of having a copy damage effect. So it's like, just get lucky. What do we need copy damage for?
Very, very minor thing here is the fact that he has to wait one extra move for the old stove. Because just better understanding of the old stove AI.
That's something that happened because after thousands of hours of running this game, you see little things and you're like, I wonder if this shit works.
Yeah.
All right,
That's also how gavel skip happened.
5 seconds of time save because you didn't reg copy damage. Let's see if it pays off.
All right, look.
Here we go.
It is possible to kill the kettles. What? He drew copy damage.
Turn 2.
Yeah, Busters, that's not
dude.
bad.
What do you even mean? Back in the day, we just got lucky or we reset.
That's true.
Like the reset point had to be somewhere. We were always gonna get train arrow.
Oh yeah, I drew a train arrow. Didn't draw anything to counter hit with it at first, but
Yeah, that's because you don't reg crack shot.
just get lucky and draw it.
You always got to reset that for luck somehow.
Yeah.
I drew it turn 2 anyway, which is better than my previous PBs, so. And I still needed the 4 charge shot, or 2 charge shots.
Imagine if I put both train arrows in my folder.
Oh, you walked back into that and it hit you?
That was
Wait, it was gone. What?
If I was doing a no-hit run, I would have lost right there.
You look to be streaming at 30 FPS.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, I did use. the
So
screen
it
at 30.
probably was on the screen still, but just
Yeah.
we can't see it.
Oh, shit.
Oh, you hit with a sword? I thought you guys said that's impossible.
It's effectively impossible.
You hit with 2 swords.
So that's
I
what,
don't know who said that's impossible. Like,
Look at the difference in the time there.
that's actually what bad Heatman fights still look like, though. Like if you don't draw train arrow,
now
you don't draw Maka.
now you counter them on all the secondary attacks too.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, this fight changed too, actually.
Well, Risch screwed it up.
Yeah, no, I screwed up in the
Wait,
worst
never
way
mind.
possible.
Look at this time save.
World record holder, by the way.
Listen. I think this was another situation where I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna start practicing like hardcore again and like just practice each trick, every split, just do such segmented practice. I'll do it after this run. And then I happened to get this run.
Yeah.
It happened to me like 12 times.
All right, here's your chance for some chat interactivity. Chat, the current world record gets 4 Lotto codes. How many do you think Erothaur's run gets?
I think I can
honestly
guess
don't
what
know.
ones I got back then.
I honestly have no idea. Like I can just guess based off of the 4, but I think that the answer is what, 6 or 7?
I think
I-
it's 8, but I might
I
be
think it
wrong.
was 6. It might be 7.
Because you definitely got
Yeah, I know you get the
Tomahawk Man
Oh yeah.
And Dive Man. And
and the extra
I might have
HP.
still got Tengu Man as well.
You wouldn't get the extra HP. You might get the unlocker. I don't know because
Oh, he
I know
probably
that
does
you.
get Unlocker.
Because
Oh, I do get on. Oh, yeah, it's like 8.
Yeah.
I have to step away for a second during Lotto codes. I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so M Boomer, good. Excellent first choice. Also, these Lotto codes are not as clean. To be fair, Lotto codes are
Yeah.
hard. Lance Star! Oh man, I'm gonna be
Wait.
wrong.
Lance Star.
I've actually thought about that. Oh, you're already out. He's typed in 3. There's Dive Man. So you typed them in a full, like, he's done 3 in the time you've done 4. And he got Lance Star.
Oh boy. Tomahawk Man Star. Yep, that one's fair.
The problem with Lance Star, it's really effective against a lot of fights, to be honest. It's all 4s, 5s, and 6s. So it's really slow to type in. There's the unlocker.
Yeah. Yep. So 2 extra right now. No, 3 extra. Excuse me. I forgot about
Unlocker, Lance,
3 extra.
Tomahawk Man, Dive Man. 4 extra.
Oh, he has gotten Dive Man already.
Yeah, he's gotten Dive Man. This looks like another extra. That's the, yeah, the bigger HP. 5 extras. And I think that'll be about it.
Did he not get Alum Trap? Did I just miss it?
Oh, he's
Yes,
doing that
Risch is paused, and I'm still putting in Buster Pack.
So, Arrow, I don't know if you remember this. You got Lance Star.
Oh, I did used to get Lance.
And then you do the Navi custom and
Yeah.
edits right away. There's a slightly better way to do it where you
Yeah, we also HP
oh
bug.
this makes sense. This makes sense. Never mind. I remember when we used to do that.
Alright, so the correct answer was 9. Nobody got it. Because we
I
forgot Lance.
I didn't even get it.
Lance Star.
Dude, I forgot about the Lance.
Meanwhile, oh, I forgot to do the edit.
Oh, did you forget to do the... Do I have to keep...
Yeah.
I'll keep you running then.
Yeah, so I didn't do the edit yet. I've made this mistake many times, where if I come back to the game, I'll forget to do the Navi custom folder edit, and I just have to do it during Evil Spirits, and it's just
Yeah, I actually usually still do it right away.
Catch you up.
yeah, it saves like the smallest amount of time because you don't have to menu a second time for the whatchamacallit, the sneak
Sneak
run.
run.
Sneak run, which
That's-
apparently I'm not considering using.
There
Anyway.
it is.
I just didn't get an encounter.
That's it's about a 25% chance to not get an encounter in Central 1.
Let's be
Yeah.
fair, okay? You would save time if you could just not use sneak runs and never get encounters.
Yeah,
Shoutouts to the task.
at least you remember to do it eventually. Exactly. And before I got an encounter. Usually when I would forget that, it would take me until I got one.
Oh my god, because you're not holding B, his text takes forever to pop up. I was like, wait, what? Why is the dot just staying there for a while?
Now, I think the Evil Spirits route went through a couple of small optimizations, but I don't think there's going to be anything too major different.
I think in the seaside areas there might be.
Oh boy. The big difference
It was
here is going to be like the door fight.
there was mostly really small stuff. But I think seaside area 2 or 3 in particular,
This is a great
I used to do super not the way the task does them.
So yeah, so this is just a small optimization to avoid. Basically, I saved a little bit of time here because Erothaur realized that making sure that enemies don't have the little animation of them disappearing or that they all happen at the same time actually does save some time.
So it was like a 3-second time save by having the enemies die simultaneously.
fun little fact about this upcoming area. Someone made a mistake once. I forget what they did, but I know it was Camper, because I learned 2 things from watching Camper when he was learning this game. I think he... Oh, how did he do it? He accidentally did something there that caused you to actually run out of soul weapons in this area. Like, you wouldn't even have one left open. But it caused the animations to not line up in the same way. So there was like an extra death animation, basically. And so that actually outweighs this text box you guys will see here at the end of me getting bug frags. That saves like a second.
Yeah. And I actually knew that you could not get the bug frag thing, but I think you actually timed it, right?
I went and timed it after I saw Camper do it. The other thing I learned from Camper was to bug Buster Pack. That's when we started doing Buster Pack.
We saw that and we were like, what? Wait, is that better?
Yeah. It was really funny because a bunch of Final Fantasy X runners started speedrunning the game, including Camper. And I took those two things away from watching his runs. I like the order in which you did things.
Yeah, the 2 swords and then the 2 axes.
I like went out of my way to get an extra death animation.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the fun part about watching new runners, is that they'll do little things that you might see as a mistake, but if you think about it more, might end up actually being slightly faster.
Oh, here's the edit.
Yeah, so the way we initially started jacking out in Robo Control 2 was someone had 1 HP and didn't want to risk an encounter at 1 HP, so they jacked out and I was like, that skips an encounter, wait!
Yeah, see, now I'm doing the Navi custom folder edits, which
Yeah, and you can
even
see it's all kind of squished down 1 square compared to mine.
Yep.
Major difference being Bug Buster versus Bug HP.
Mm-hmm.
We have the HP
Turns
to
out
play with.
Buster Bug does almost nothing.
Mm-hmm. But the HP bug also does nothing when you eventually have over 1,000.
Yeah, it's just the HP bug was just scary on Gregar. So as a result, we would later pick up a expand memory. But if you don't have to pick up that expand memory, it saves a very minor amount of time. But it still doesn't save time because you can skip entering the comp that has it and just use a couple extra slip runs in Undernet Area 1.
You also skip
Whereas
entering the HP
my run on
plus
the
500.
left will always have HP bug, but it also have considerably more HP.
Yeah.
But it also does a worse strat for Gregar.
You also get to skip entering the Lotto code for HP plus 500 since you don't use it.
Yeah, we dropped that really early.
Yeah, that's a common thing I've seen in. Oh god.
Oh. We are gonna get Risch's notifications.
Meteor like
Anytime.
the wall.
Anytime I get a follow or anything, it shows up over my gameplay. So. Imagine if this was one of the streams where someone gifted like 10 subs and it's just you get to see that like 10 times.
We did
Oh
do
my
a
God.
different strat here too. We did the double sword strat.
Oh yeah.
It uses 1 extra. No, it doesn't. It uses the same number, and that way we get the gun, so we can shoot the blue one from further away. Instead of the
But
sword.
it has one extra.
But it has an extra death animation.
But it has an extra death animation. That's right.
Tried to jack out there for some reason.
Yep. It results in the exact same ending here. Just double axes.
Yeah, it's actually completely the same, but walking slightly less difference does not outweigh having an extra death animation.
We still did the security cube strat though here. Oh,
Yes.
but you wait for it. Oh, and then you remembered you weren't supposed to wait for
I
it.
definitely. Yeah.
User error, not route difference.
Well, we'll see a little bit more of that coming up.
We're gonna see another
Oh
user.
yeah, here we go.
wee! Time
Here we
save.
go.
Although, Erothaur, what are you doing over there?
Hey, okay. Look, I kind of skimmed the tasks when I learned this game initially. So this is the area I used to do, like, super different from the tasks, and it's just slower. Look, Risch almost caught up entirely.
Oh, wow, gunning that guy from over there.
Oh, yeah!
I think I remember
Why?
that.
Why'd we do that?
It's because we were bad.
You had to use
What's
one extra
the-
thing too.
We're at the same number as you right now.
Oh, I suppose.
But I think that's because we were more efficient in the other cluster. We used one less.
Yeah.
And then here we get the extra death animation, because of course...
I used to, like, before I knew about the death animation thing, this was the place where I was like, isn't it just faster because you don't have to move as much if you do that? But no, the death animation is really fast. Also, yes, this is probably the biggest time loss in my entire run was this area.
Saying no to doors.
I mean, to be
First time.
fair, you're not going to lose much time because these didn't get routed until like high 20s.
On the other hand,
Mid
you
or
just
high.
lance into press and it was amazing.
Yeah. That was cool.
It's actually slightly faster.
It's-
Or at least the
Don't
same
skip
amount of time.
stuff these days.
Oh, ouch. Yeah, we didn't permanently route these till I was on the scene.
Yeah. Things got a lot more competitive when last showed up. Because, like, at the time that I did this 235 run, there was essentially no competition at all. It was just me.
Didn't even take heat press in this fight just because he drew that.
To be
Just busted
fair,
up.
that would have been faster had he taken the crack shot and an air shot in a different order. Just the mash A
Yeah.
strat.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Forte was before Erothaur, but also you probably
Yes.
overlapped a bit.
Forte was the
We
true
did not.
OG.
He did a couple of runs after I came back, but I don't think he ever PB'd. So his run stayed at 245.
You said after you came back.
Sorry, after I showed up
Okay.
initially.
Because my understanding of the history is like Forte was the first one that we have much from.
Mm-hmm.
As far as we know, he was the first 6 runner.
There you go. So we have 3 of 5 ever world record holders doing this commentary then? Only missing Terra and Forte.
I think Terra had it briefly.
He had it for like a year after my 223.
Yes.
I was starting to speedrun around the time Erothaur took it back from Terra. That was the first sub 220, right?
Oh, MP technically had it for a while, but he had never released the VOD for it.
Alright. Heal water fight. Just draw M Boomer. Same strat. Oh, with Lance! Except he's gonna screw it up because he pushes it
No.
forward.
I had to remember how to properly do this fight. Oh, and then I got
You're
I
getting
got
No, it doesn't
unlucky
matter.
with-
It's an
Oh yeah,
bust.
I forgot about this guy just bullying me.
Oh yeah, you get super unlucky here.
Trolled by the Quaker, you just lost like 6 seconds.
Yeah. 2 jumps.
Honestly, that lance is putting in work. It kind of is.
I
in a
keep
way.
considering
And
it,
it's a
Prof,
start time.
if we should start adding it again, but it takes so long to type in because it's all 4s, 5s, and 6s.
Yeah, true, true.
If it were
It's also
0s,
not
1s, and
null
9s.
coded.
Yeah,
It's
if it
not
was
the-
like 9910954 or something, you know.
You rattled that off way too quick.
The unlock that we used to get.
And we didn't know the fast strat for this yet. Because that was something I
How?
developed, I think.
What did we do?
I
I can't
so
imagine it
find
was
out.
too much. It's probably like double
Probably
cannon.
just picked
So
everything. Probably just picked everything, mashed A.
Oh yeah, which
I
doesn't get
think
you the
so.
counter hit.
Actually.
Because you just basically skip over the counter hit.
Yeah. So it's not a huge time loss.
Yeah,
A couple seconds.
that's what I had. I think that's the way the fight's designed to be done, but obviously if you get the counter hit, it's just a little bit faster. Skip the 2 cannons.
Just a little.
And now the runs are just exactly the same. It's just use heat cross from here on out. Clearly.
Yeah, there will be no variation at all.
I mean, I don't know how you could possibly have any variation at this point. It's just heat cross. Oh, he did it. He used the sneak run.
Yo. What a pro player, dude.
I think that might be my one claim to fame as a BN6 runner, is I'm probably the best at remembering sneak runs.
Don't doubt it. It's definitely not me. My claim to fame is that I'm the worst at remembering the key data.
Oh, I drew M-Boomer.
You drew M-Boomer, and Erothaur didn't take Crack Shot, which
Yeah,
does
Crack
save
Shot-
one cycle.
Oh, I missed the crack shot. I tried to mash it out, which misses, unfortunately. But that was an insanely fast fight. I think I just messed up 2 little things.
So about an hour into the run, and there's
I got
10 minutes
S right.
difference.
You didn't.
And there's Tara with the raid.
Hey, Tara. Congrats on your record.
Went and did my co-op run without me. Can't believe he'd play with his brother instead of me. You tried to go to sleep.
That's
What?
the like 4th time you've done that.
You even went to the thing. You went to the computer at first, and then we're like, no, I have to go to sleep here.
We lost by 10 seconds. Oh, no.
Wow.
Sorry, that was on my end.
We both got the encounter. That's fair. Both just run away. You buy. Oh right, you buy the sneak runs now for using with Heatman later.
So that'll be a little bit a time trade-off.
Yeah, it's very minor time difference.
It's slightly
fact-
faster to buy them as Heatman.
It's not even. No, I don't think it's any different really. Maybe like
Heatman
a
walks
couple
very
frames.
slightly closer to them.
Yeah, it's just because you have to hold up. But the key thing is that you're doing less movement as Mega Man, so you're more likely to skip the encounter.
As in Falzar, because we go into Central 2 to buy the Recover 30 stars, Jameek actually buys the sneak runs there and uses one if he hasn't yet gotten an encounter.
Yeah, so that's what I used to do here in Gregar. I would walk to it, and I would buy a 3rd one if I didn't get the encounter yet and use it.
I like that I messed up my movement here and you made the exact same movement error.
There are certain classics.
It's just like, I
Some
didn't
mistakes
hold
are timeless, Risch.
that.
Like forgetting to get in the copy bot.
Oh yes, the classic, which is always named after whoever has done it most recently.
I think it's
Yes.
me.
Apparently it's last.
Yeah, things in Battle Network 6 speedrunning are named after you either because you discovered them or because you're the last person to make that mistake.
Yeah, or in Celine Dion's case, we don't even know.
And here's the time save, because we don't have to pick up that unlocker. It was all of 4 seconds.
Fun fact, it takes more than 4 seconds to put in the code.
Yep.
I'd probably get really fast at it.
You could.
Celine Dion's your favorite BN6 runner. Solid.
Mine too.
If Celine Dion ever starts running Battle Network 6, I think that'd be the funniest thing. Why is the skip named after me?
Yeah, he comes and asks us, and we're like, you know.
Good question.
No, the real problem would be, oh, wait. We forgot what classroom they're in. Ooh.
You went, didn't you? It looked like you went into the classroom and were like, no, I have to go into the other classroom.
Correct.
Yeah, I was like, wait, this isn't right. And then I go into the other one, and they're filled with sand, and I'm like, oh. We just talk to them anyway, just in case.
I
Just
think
in case.
the real problem
It's very nice of Risch to wait for me at the Jack-in point.
The real problem with Celine Dion running BN6 is she would discover a skip in Judge Tree 1, and we wouldn't know what to name it.
We would have to name it Fat Kid Skip.
I named it Fat Kid Skip. I don't know where it's Celine Dion came
I
from.
know. I've tried a couple times to just keep calling it Fat Kid Skip, but it never catches on.
I think
It
at
doesn't
this
have the
point,
same ring to it as Celine Dion Skip, you know?
at this point, you'll notice that Erothaur's doing the quiz a little slower. That's because he's memorized the answers, like the actual words, and not the order that the answers come in. So like nowadays we know it's 2 3 3 1 2, and he remembered
I
it
still
as
couldn't
yellow.
tell you the number order
Oh,
without thinking
no,
about it.
Dolphin Skip.
The way that I do the quiz is I feel where the answer is going to be. I don't actually know which number it is. I do for the first one, but for the second one, I couldn't tell you.
For the
The
record,
second one-
Erothaur, you're also 40 seconds out of your PB right now.
Yo.
I think for the second quiz, I can tell you the answers, but it takes me a little bit of time to remember.
Yeah, I know like the first couple, and then I know the rest based off what the previous answer was.
2 3 1 1 2 3 2 2 3 2.
Yeah.
Thanks, Last.
Yep.
Like it takes me a second to remember the first one, and then remember that the second one is instead of 2 3s at the start, it's 2 1s, right? 2 3 1 1 2 instead of 2 3
Yeah.
3 1 2. I have to remember that, and then I remember the last 5 digits.
And the
after
answers
I
are
remember that.
on personal terminal or something.
I don't even know what the answers are.
Alright, so Risch is doing the Expo folder edit. He just finished up. Erothaur did pick up Black Bomb, but he has neglected to edit. And here's our first Tomahawk miss.
I think I also don't touch the Expo folder.
And you can see the HP bug ticking away.
Didn't even heat cross on the fight.
No, he used a time stop
Yeah,
chip
I
instead.
didn't have copy damage on Reg. What was the point?
Risch, of course, skips the encounter. So despite doing the edit already, he is ahead.
Oh yeah, I did skip this encounter.
When did I used to do the edit?
I don't remember.
I also might have just not known at what point you get the Expo folder.
Decline joining lawyer in the making.
That's a shame.
I've also said no after he tells you the price. No, sorry, that's too steep.
No, not allowed.
I actually have had runs where I got to that point before and couldn't afford it.
Interesting.
I don't remember how or why.
Oh, he is Dive Man though.
We got the exact same encounter.
And this is why you don't use Dive Man. Like here, this is now
What?
pure
That's great.
pure time loss at this point.
No, I saved most of it back by not heat crossing. See?
Most. It was about 10-15 seconds, somewhere in that range.
I can confirm that back then I never realized just how slow time stop chips were.
Of course, we were scared to not take Tomahawk Man. Oh, Arrow with the encounter skip.
Yo,
We were scared to not take Tomahawk Man because he was our
history being made right there.
consistent source of nightmare killing.
Yeah. We
Oh my gosh,
also
you
still
can't-
left swords in our folder.
Mhm.
Yeah, so this
Sword.
encounter skip I don't think has ever happened again to this date.
I got it in my Felzer PB,
Oh, nice.
I think. So they're actually even on encounter numbers. 2 and 2, both skipping one. That's the key, chat, to a world record, by the way. If you want to get a BN6 world record, just skip all the Greentown encounters, and it's easy every time.
It certainly
Correct.
helps.
Every encounter skip you get is, at this point, very important towards getting a good run.
About
Yeah,
20
it's like 10
seconds.
seconds for free, at least.
So slightly
Usually
different
closer to 20.
order. You guys did those then.
Hmm.
Let's see if Arrow remembers this as a cutscene, because in my first few runs I never did. Oh, he does.
Yeah, this cutscene has a cue. You see Grandma there, and
It's just a cutscene. It literally fades to black, guys.
my brain's like, oh, Grandma's there, mash select.
Dolphin skip. Ooh, and a heavy one. You crashed. There. It's like 3/4 of a second time loss. Hey. And you forgot to talk to Mom.
Here we go. We're coming up on Ito.
Oh no.
Another chance for interaction. How much time loss to mashing on Ito? It's about, what, 40 text boxes? Something like that?
Yeah, it's the longest set of text boxes in the game, by far.
I'm gonna go with like 10 seconds.
I'm gonna go with solid 5.
I don't know if it'll be that big, because I'm
It would
pretty
be,
sure.
it would be 3. Yeah, I'm thinking more like 3, personally.
Well,
actually.
I think I used to change how I held the controller and mash different for specifically this.
Wow, actually, you're going way better than I was expecting.
Yeah, it's not that bad, really.
Yeah, that was only like a second.
Dude, I've lost that much on a third as many text boxes.
Honestly, I think you're slower now than you were then.
You know, yeah.
Maybe bring out that old two-handed strat again.
I mean, to be fair, that's how I mash. I hold B with my right thumb, and I mash A with the left thumb. It is weird if you're using an actual Game Boy Advance SP button layout. But you can just swap your which hand is on which button at that point.
On SP, I actually used to rock between B and A. Mash both.
Oh, you know, we didn't mention, but Arrow does not have copy damage regged during the Greentown split. So he might have taken those fights differently because he needed to do more charge shots with Heat Cross than Risch would have. And similarly, this fight's going to go differently. Probably just an extra charge.
I'm pretty sure it's because I went into the custom screen and I was like, ooh, start, caveman brain, take fast.
My star codes are supposed to just deal with everything with one.
Oh, he draws
one
Boomer.
A.
Yeah, I bet I take it too.
Yep.
You did. You even drew copy damage.
Slowly. Oh, and I can buster the corn because my buster's not bugged. Risch 10 minutes ahead currently. About an hour into the run.
Oh, he remembered to talk to the closet. PogChamp.
Did I go for three? Did I go 3 for 3 on these dolphin skips? I think I did.
Yeah.
Oh, and unlike last, he remembered to go to
Definitely never lost
robo
a run
control
to that.
comps.
Oof.
I've messed that up at least 3 times on good runs.
I do think I was thinking about this earlier. I'm very much enjoying the world record comparison right now, and I was thinking about doing it for BN3 because that gives us a good opportunity to look through Jagumba's run and understand exactly where the time save comes from.
Yeah,
but
you
also,
should compare his run to like Montebank's legendary PB.
currently Montebanks is the 3rd best time. Dallas has since beaten Montebank's time in white, but it also uses manip, so it's a very different route. So I think that comparing those two is actually really a good idea because they both don't use any type of manipulation, and also many years apart, just like these 2 runs we're watching right now.
Yep. It's incredible to see where we've come and how we still make similar mistakes on corners.
Corners are indeed the final boss, and that will never change. That's every battle network.
Not 4 corners around.
You're right, I forgot about that.
Oh, so BN4 doesn't have a final boss then? It's like BN1 in that sense?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, beyond one, the final boss is Magic Man.
That's
And
true.
also corners.
And still corners. Actually, no, never mind. You just do manip and you just buffer all your movement, so...
True, yeah. Movement's the same every time, I forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah, corners are definitely tricky in speedruns outside of the Battle Network series also.
Movement in general in speedruns is always a key thing. Movement and menuing are like the little things that really matter in every speedrun.
Wait, did we forget 153?
Wait,
You almost typed 513.
Mhm.
And now we go on to the judge tree comps. How different are these?
Yeah, this will be fun. I don't honestly remember if we like had different movement outside of the skips.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think I'm honestly just gonna watch Erothaur's just to see.
I think there's a couple things that are a little bit different, but like largely meaningless.
God, just looking at the comparison between the two, like the clarity on Mega Man Sprite.
Better technology. I mean, this was almost 7 years
Yeah,
ago.
dude, the laptop that I did this run on.
So
Also, this was with oh, what was it called? It wasn't OBS. It was
XSplit?
XSplit. That's the one.
Mhm.
I used to use XSplit back then.
I remember when I first started looking at streaming. Back then,
And my
I didn't speedrun.
W split as well.
Yep. The popcorn
remember
laptop. I think that I'm actually thinking about it now. I think that the only time or the only route difference is going to be in Comp 3. There's going to be one very minor difference.
Yeah, because you didn't get lurking
I
skip.
didn't get lurking.
Although
Yeah.
this is a really late encounter for Arrow, so it's potentially he goes 1 encounter in this comp.
Remember when I actually got a world record just naturally that got 111? And Erothaur's like, "You're a cheater."
Effectively, yes. Let's see, does he?
It was
get-
also that time I got no encounters in the
There it
whole
is.
snake comp in Star Force 1.
Oh yeah, and now I know why that happens.
So a little bit of time save, managing to dodge that second encounter.
Indeed.
Oh wow, totally different here.
Yes, this is the thing I was thinking about. This
Oh,
was
yeah,
what came to mind.
Very different.
That's the one difference I was thinking.
I'm not sure if the time difference is that big though.
It would not be. You just got a very early encounter. So, how do I handle this fight? Poorly. That's the answer.
Poorly.
Oh, you got the one that takes too many buster shots every time, didn't you?
It always takes 2 at the very least, from what I can think about. Because the armadillo and the corn will never line up.
All right, here we go for.
Yeah.
And then here is going to be different. Yep.
I'm gonna
Because
go
we're
ahead
gonna do
and
this.
pause it right here.
Yeah. So this is going to be. This is the time save of Gattle skill.
Yep. Now, to be fair, Arrow has already gotten a second encounter, and you would have gotten the second encounter also, Risch, had you been doing the same movement that you did with the same RNG.
Yep. I would have gotten unlucky, but there is still movement time saved due to this. It's very minor though.
Oh, just kidding. He gets a third encounter.
That was the main problem. I forgot about that. You can also get the third encounter. You're less likely to get 2, and you can still get a third. Did you copy damage on that fight though?
Yeah, it's crazy how fast that was.
Maybe you should
we
consider
look
begging
into,
it.
like, that or something.
It would just like draw it all the time. Oh hey, I drew him.
Yeah, and this just showcases how strong M Boomer is.
Thought it showcased how bad Risch was cheating during his run.
And there we go.
8 seconds. M Boomer saved. Yeah, 8 seconds in combat.
M Boomer is huge.
Literally halved the time it took to kill him.
And this split will be the showcase of copy damage being amazing.
Copy damage strats. For a second, I thought I pressed down there and was very concerned.
Oh, I bet this is where I put Black Bomb in the folder too.
Then I remembered there's no way I made a wrong lev bus in a world record run.
Impossible.
Absolutely impossible.
Yeah, that's definitely never happened before.
Never done in the history of Battle Network 6.
Actually, this might be the first time ever that the world record for both Gregar and Falzar don't have wrong left buses.
Nice. Alright, while we see how fast I can mash on the quiz answers, I'm gonna go grab a snack real quick.
Yeah, and you are doing the... Oh, you are doing the expo folder.
Oh, I did.
You did
wow.
one chip. It
We
must have been...
wanted
Was it Longsword?
I didn't even take the Cannon Star.
It was just the Longsword S. There
Oh,
you
look
go.
at this mini bomb hate too. B code's super good.
Tara, that's hilarious.
Unfortunately, it's not goldfish, it's actually oyster crackers this time. I apologize for being a disappointment.
That's okay, they're more pancake shaped, so we'll allow it.
I'm actually currently out of goldfish.
Her movement's like identical. Except I took considerably more time to think about whether I was going to the right place or not.
It's better than going to the wrong place.
I mean, yeah.
And we always got the rush food.
Yes.
I don't know if there ever was a time before mine that we didn't get it, but
No, and I forgot it once and it's horrible.
I believe you.
I would make a detour just to pick it up. Like, I would jack out of sky area and just go grab it. It would save time over the number of encounters you're gonna get.
I did.
Oh. Let's catch this.
Almost more interesting than how much it's changed is like all the little things that haven't changed. Like when we do both get stuck on the same corner and stuff.
Yep.
I think your slips are going to be very different in general, though.
Oh, they super are. If we're lucky, we might even see me go all the way back up the ramp.
I'm looking forward to Undernet 1.
Look at him go!
Oh, and these all
So
came
not
in
only
sync.
was that worse for my step counter, it was actually slower.
Alright, I'm going to let each individual gauntlet play all the way to the end, and then we'll see what each gauntlet's time loss was.
I like that I was just sitting there trying to figure out what I was gonna do with the...
Risch,
with
stop
the black
cheating.
bomb.
All you do is draw the best chip.
I mashed A. I don't know why I did that. I should have moved up. What am I doing?
Yeah, you
I
can
know
actually get
better.
a counter hit there, and then that speeds up this fight. Alright. So, a whole battle faster.
Yeah.
Also, that was not a pop-up on my screen.
I'm not, yeah. Wait, what? That was a Windows prompt. What was that?
Oh, that was so good.
So it was about 20 seconds. Oh man, look at these slips though. They're a work of art. More slips,
even
more
save
slips.
time.
He gets the encounter.
None of those saved time. They all lost time. Except like one that barely caught you back up with the fact that you slipped into a weird spot.
And it's so horrible for the step counter.
Yeah.
Where he got the encounter with our current slips, we can't possibly get one there. The only place you can get one is right in front
He'll
of the judge.
have crack shot ragged.
He drew copy damage though, he just doesn't know how to use it on this fight.
This fight
Yes.
is really tough, like, figuring out, like, it always felt weird to me how to properly use it on this fight. And then last, basically, was just like, oh yeah, this is how you do it. And I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, so for those of you joining us, these are, on the left you see a 7-year-old world record, on the right is the current world record, and I'm pausing so that we can keep them in sync as much as possible to see where the time saves and time gains are in the different
I
strats.
just dive, man.
Yeah, so there's actually a bunch of route changes, things like we pick up extra stuff in the newer route, which means that there will be some time save that the old world record has, which is why you see there's some time on that one that has been paused. But if you subtract the two pause times, you see how far ahead the current run is. Also, I messed this fight up quite significantly.
Dude, imagine if I had copy damage ragged right now.
Yeah, that'd be
This
sweet.
fight would have been so good.
So, actually only fell behind by one battle here as well. But there was more impressive use of heat cross in general. Oh, very aggressive slips.
Erothaur, holy.
Also known as
Those
slower.
are impressive.
Those are routed too. He's not just like slipping randomly. He decided that that's how the slip is going to go.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, that was normal Boomer. Normal Boomer doing work
Yeah, I
as
probably
usual.
didn't know that at the time either, to be fair.
The
I was
secret
probably
is-
thinking like, oh wow, having normal boomers is really convenient. I thought that was M boomer.
The trick to telling is that M Boomer is M code.
And looks considerably different.
Yeah, yeah. I just appreciate the End code. Still not really falling behind by much. Like, just the power of Heat Cross in general. It's really these, like, Gregar enemies that are slow because they take so many charges.
I bet I'm gonna use that chip.
Yeah, and also your insistence on taking time stop chips. That you don't
Oh, I
use.
moved it back unsaved. That M Boomer was F code? Nope.
Ah, yes, I drew M Boomer. My favorite draw.
Oh,
in
it's
that way.
really nice to have copy damage on this one.
Yes. Although you made it look decent.
Did I?
At first.
About 2 fights behind this time. Oh no, the late Elm trap. Because you moved
Did I
up.
miss? Oh no.
And here you see an Erothaur struggling to stay alive.
It's okay, he drew Lance. And Beast's out. Just to be safe.
Definitely Terra.
I think he says that this is his first decent run.
That's...
I'm sure.
Like past Erothaur and current Erothaur share very similar views. Or very different views, sorry. Past Erothaur wasn't even named Erothaur. Like, come on.
Yeah, who's this Method 1 Cal guy?
I know, right?
Clever use of the Buster. Why'd you take Tomahawk, man?
I probably won't use it. I just kind of like, I saw the star chip, like a chip with a star icon, and I'm like, yes, that's mine, taking it.
I think this is one of those fights where I just kind of got baited into wondering, hey, can I just use Black Bomb on this fight?
Why didn't I heat cross?
Yeah, you did nothing.
There we go.
Sometimes you
But
just...
I had Elm Trap as well. What?
I think you thought Elm Trap, and then we're like, no, it's not going to work on the Quaker.
Falling really behind on these fights. That needle
Yeah.
almost hit you.
This is a calculated distance from my
Oh,
body.
Risch.
Oh, I messed this
Yeah,
up.
you messed
too.
that up. Painful.
Got the counter hit. Easy every time. How did I handle this? I did not wait. I think that was like the biggest mistake I've made, except for the other pulse pulp fight.
Oh, are you going to be really clever with this tornado? No. Because you could have stacked them on
Yeah.
top of each other. That would have been impressive, because it's counter hit too.
Yeah.
Black Bomb is a really nice draw on this fight.
Dude, with a draw like that, I could have just beasted out.
You could have.
Oh, this is big brain meta plays.
Look at this. Waiting for new chips.
I think I'm waiting for the panels.
Yeah, I think you're worried about dying, which is very reasonable. Alright.
And I'm done with Sky Gauntlets.
Only 2
What
fights,
fight
or
are you
no,
on?
3 fights. Wow, 3 fights ahead.
It's 3.5 too.
Yep.
So 1 fight per the first 2, 2 on the third, and then 3.5.
It's
on
like
the
10
fight
fights, and they're slow. So, yeah, that's like 3 minutes time difference. Especially since he slipped poorly and got an extra encounter on the way.
It's actually 7.5.
Dude.
Because the
That pro double hit.
RNG manip. That's why I fired the blank first.
it was 1, 1, 2, then 3.5. So
Yeah.
7.5.
Oh, Lance putting
Lance. Oh yeah, look at that.
What, just shoot it once and then fire and then finish it off. Sending a message. Okay. Pause. Oh yeah,
There's another
aggressive slips.
pretty good route change coming up here.
Yep, small little thing.
Also, this slipping, dude.
More slips. Just everywhere, every time.
If I can slip, I must do it. And it didn't even save time.
But it didn't lose time.
No, it didn't lose time. It lost a lot of encounters, or step counter, but
But that didn't matter because he picked up the XP memories, so he changed areas.
he did. He did.
Which in turn actually did lose time, but
Yeah, that's fine.
But that's due to not having seen our good friend Camper do a run before. Put it that way.
yeah, that was several years off at this point.
Yeah. When was Camper's run actually? So let's check. Camper's run was a year ago. Last March, actually. So 2 months and a year.
Oh. No, this isn't when you buy the sneaker ones. Are we just hold
No,
on
I
to this
buy it.
forever?
Buy it
Yeah,
during Kernel.
of course. Both get an encounter.
Oh yeah, so we get to compare number of encounters here.
And there you can see, Risch actually saved like half a second because there was one less virus spawn animation.
Yep.
Yep.
Very important time save right there. Very key to getting world records.
Yep. Probably just reset if you get a 3 virus encounter.
Yep.
Yeah, to be honest, like
The run's just dead.
Wait,
What's good? Oh,
Arrow, did you just skip?
you. So that's why you got world record.
Holy
That
cow!
has to be the first known instance of that, because
I didn't know that had ever happened.
me
It's
either.
it happened to Lurking recently.
Oh,
you
God.
didn't even duck in.
No,
I didn't get one. Oh, I did.
You did.
He gets one, but it's a late one, so.
I guess that kind of makes up for the undernet one, but
That's
Oh.
incredible.
Especially because I used Tomahawk, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm all caught up at this point. You just had a really slow fight. If it were a fast fight, it actually wouldn't have been that bad at all.
Yeah, you both got 1 plus the run.
But yeah, I've only seen that happen twice.
I've never seen it happen before, even though I did this run.
I was gonna say Arrow. Come on now. Why did I try and do a dolphin skip there?
I mean, it's
Turn
not
frame.
slow. What? 1 turn frame.
My turn frame.
Rest in peace. You might have never seen it.
Oh yeah, you're right. Erothaur has never seen that before. Only maybe Method 1 Cal has.
Ah, yes, exactly.
The conversion from Erothaur to, or from Method 1 Cal to Erothaur completely wiped his memory banks.
I still can't type that word without a 1 in it.
It's hard for me to say methodical.
Oh, I thought we did different slip tech in these comps. I thought we slipped up and then left.
I think we did at some point, but that got abolished really fast.
So right now, we're currently 14 and a half minutes ahead. And the time difference between the two runs is
24, right?
yes.
So now 10 minutes to lose.
Just thinking like, where could 10 minutes be? Because the biggest time loss is obviously like L button strats. That was by far and away.
3.5 minutes.
Yeah, and Sky Gauntlets. Those were the
Sky
two
Gauntlets was a
like
lot, too.
huge standout ones.
Yep.
The rest is just kind of like everywhere, I think.
slowly all over the place. Oh, actually, I know where a lot of it probably is.
Pavil 1.
Pavil 1,
Oh,
yeah.
Billion in general, actually.
Yeah, that would make a lot of sense.
I considered not using Elm Trap there.
Well, at least you didn't Beast Out and Elm Trap?
I also Elm Trapped, but I Beast Out as well.
You don't want to miss the Elm Trap, to be fair.
I did miss one earlier to a Starfish.
You almost missed it again. I saw the bubble starting to form. So how did you handle this?
Another big time loss is going to be... Thank you for the host, Alice. Another big time loss is going to be just undernet 1 movement in general. I think you do the long slip.
Oh, that's a good question. I bet I do.
Assassin also. Thank you.
Oh yes, 'cause people started talking about it, so people just started hosting because we're talking about my notification sound.
I bet I host you shortly as well.
Yeah.
There it is.
And copy damage is still putting in work in these fights.
It does, yes. Very much so.
Yeah, copy damage did so much.
But here's M Boomer miss every single one of them and then win the fight with Diveman.
You waited! You waited! Oh, that's so impressive.
That was beautiful.
Oh my god. Jesus.
Oh, I
Did you
did
try
not
and time your A button presses or something whenever you used something like an M boomer or an Elm trap?
Wait, what do you mean?
Because there's been many times where you've been now late with Elm trap, late with M boomer. So do you just not mash A the second the custom screen goes away?
I think with Elm Trap I did.
You moved up that one time with the late
Yes,
Elm
I
Trap.
believe that was the problem. It's you can activate Elm Trap between panels, but it buffers it and it doesn't actually come out until you move.
Yep.
With the M Boomer, I think I was trying to counter hit the planes.
It wasn't the planes, it was the stoves.
Oh yes, I don't know why during that fight. I think I wanted to see where they would move. When spawns.
Because that
So
would...
you saw where they were moving and proceeded to press A when 2 of them dodged.
Well, yeah, because I had to use Dive Man because they came in Dive Man range.
Fine, fair. So then why wouldn't you?
Alright.
I know, it's 7 years ago, so it makes sense.
Now, the route for these comps is probably going to be a lot different, right?
Yes.
I
At
think
least
so.
in terms of slipping. There's going to be a lot of differences with slip runs.
It's really funny because I just did whatever happened first in this comp and stuck with it for a long time, and then people copied me when they learned the game.
Correct. That's what I did. How I learned this game was watching this VOD over and over again.
Yep. Like, look at all these slips.
Here's the encounter. You're
They already
likely
got
to
him
get
an
one.
encounter.
Yeah, so like if this isn't clear evidence, slipping is really bad for your step counter.
It's very, very fast, but you need to use it very optimally. I'm having trouble with the rainbow, with the Skittles, I guess. I had two very good opportunities to
Oh, skips the
circle.
encounter altogether, jacking out.
Yeah, it saves 5 seconds, which is less than normal, but it's still free time save. Erothaur is just ramming his head into the typhoon.
And yeah, Tara, I employed the usual tried and true TeamBN strat of just copy exactly what they do and do it slightly faster. You just slipped around all the corners.
It wasn't even slower.
It was really bad for my step counter though.
No, that was awful for your step counter. Jesus. You
And
haven't
you
gotten
missed
an
that.
encounter.
Yeah,
Oh, this is incredible.
game's easy.
Oh my gosh, he's still just slipping everywhere.
He got an encounter after me. What the heck?
Just get lucky.
Oh, that's so nuts. Didn't even heat cross this fight.
God, this is insane.
Just gonna bust in the last two. Oh my god.
Buster rank 4. And then misses the spaghetti.
Where are you going?
I gotta slip, man. It's fast.
Oh, this is so good.
Oh, you got denied a 2 for.
Oh, so close, yeah.
Oh, I got robbed.
Oh, you,
That was, yeah.
you get one
that was the-
anyway.
Where are you going? Ooh.
Hype.
Very nice.
RNG minute.
That fight was so bad, though. Like, that all your
Oh,
time
we
loss
didn't
is
know
from...
we could skip the cutscene.
Oh
No, oh my gosh, I didn't remember that. All right, so we've lost about a minute in
We
these
found the
comps,
rest of the 10 minutes.
but somehow
So
he's
the-
gotten the same number of encounters in that last comp.
No. Oh, in area 2, yes.
Yeah,
In
area
I
one,
think we
in-
got 1, maybe 2.
He got 1, but you had to jack out,
Yeah.
which doesn't save as much time.
I'm 90% confident I skipped the encounter in this area, though. This area is way more consistent to skip, so...
Yeah, especially because I do
This one, yeah, there's like, thanks to Erothaur, there's a new reroute on the Rainbow Macaroni acquisition. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, your chances
saves
really
a
good.
lot of steps.
Which, to be fair, I didn't get one on the clouds either.
No, you didn't. Oh my god. I managed to sneak through those. What the?
No skip.
The reroute does not involve slipping every
Wow.
day. It slips a lot less, actually. I bet this run skips the encounter.
If you
It
skip
does.
the encounter. Oh my god, you skipped the encounter. Seems like
So there you go.
what?
That's
4 seconds.
yeah. That was only like 50 seconds of time loss in those comps. I'm impressed.
Oh, that is
And
ridiculous.
then I drew M Boomer on another boss fight. Is that all the bosses? I
Um,
got the counter.
yeah, you haven't missed an M Boomer draw yet on bosses.
If he stops on
He
a
is
grass panel, oh, this would have been the fight if he stopped on a grass panel there.
Oh, and he canceled your buster.
Ooh, dodging the Elm trap.
The fact that you're using Elm Trap shocks me. Sorry, I was just watching my fight. Like, oh yeah, that's pretty normal.
Strict time loss.
There's only 2 seconds of time difference in game, but
Yeah, but there was an
you-
Elm trap in
you
there.
used an Elm Trap and it triggered.
And it missed.
Oh, so good. All right, Moonstone.
I don't think this split has changed at all. Oh, the undernet one movement has changed.
undernet 1 movement and the chance at skipping undernet 2. I don't know if I skipped undernet 2.
I don't remember.
It's been how many months? 5
I
months?
think your luck was very average on this run.
Oh man,
Oh yeah,
all these slips. The Sky Area 1 was bad, the Sky Area 2 was bad. He slips twice to get to that red guy for some reason.
oh my god.
Oh, we didn't do the long slip down the tunnel at least.
Oh, I
my
didn't.
gosh.
Wow.
So many slips, dude.
I didn't get an encounter though.
That's insane. You just get lucky.
I talked to the guy twice.
Yeah, actually, I talked to that guy a fair amount because you're really scared to hit B because if you hit B, you'll slip and get an encounter.
Yeah.
So actually, somehow, Erothaur actually made back like 4 seconds. And it was all the slipping.
Just
'Cause
get lucky. 4 hits.
slipping is fast. It just kills your step counter.
It's fast sometimes.
If you
If
watch
you-
the task slips in such fantastic ways
Yeah.
that like it's hilarious. It's just as funny as watching Erothaur. Also, you went back through the other area to get out, which loses a little bit of time.
He went
Or
in
at
that
least
way too.
Slipping less, not because it's faster, but because it's better for the step counter.
Yes. No, slipping everywhere is not slower. There's a few places where it's funny to watch because I'm seeing it and saying, oh, well, I'm still at the same point as him despite not slipping.
Right, so Risch saves on step count.
Yeah, it's just like, it can save a lot of time if you're very effective with it, but it will lose you a lot of steps, which means you're more likely to get encounters, which means you're more likely to lose time.
A major difference between Risch and I's gameplay right now actually is going through Sky 1. He slips and I walk down the slopes, so he gets through the area about half a second faster, but he also has twice as high an encounter chance. He's got 6 to 9% and I always have 3.
Those little things are ones that are risks that I'm willing to take, personally.
I'd rather skip every encounter than and suffer the movement, but so it goes. And that's like just a decision that, and
I'll lose half a second to probably not lose 20 seconds.
and Exhibit A on the left is Erothaur slipping everywhere all the time, which means he's going about the same speed Risch is and has probably like a 20% encounter chance. Although, once again, he makes it through faster.
No, yeah, there it definitely makes
Oh,
sense.
encounter easy.
If you slip there all the time, it's
Oh
definitely
my
better.
God, this slipping.
Oh, he goes down the hallway!
He does do it
Oh
once.
no, I did it this time.
And still
then
no
you went
encounter?
What
I
is
have-
happening?
If you don't get an encounter here, I'm going to retroactively accuse you of cheating. Okay.
Oh my god, we both got it at the exact same time and I went for the skip. Mine was a very fast fight.
Chip to kill them. Back to
Oh
my
lord.
He goes for the skip. I thought you knew the duck-in strat, but I guess it was early enough. Your encounter was late enough that you
I
didn't
don't
go
think
for
I
it.
did actually. But yeah, for sure with the encounter where it was, I don't think I would ever have gone into the comp anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, that's incredible RNG. That you guys got the same number of encounters despite you know.
All of the extra slips. So we're almost up to 16 minutes of time loss, so we're still missing about 8 minutes. And I think one of the big ones is coming up right soon. Depending how lucky Erothaur got.
Apparently I probably got super lucky.
Forgot that was a cutscene.
Yeah, apparently. I got stuck on decks too.
The pathing doesn't really make a huge difference.
Talking is
Oh,
hard.
because it's actually horizontal movement that you cut out, so it really doesn't make a difference at all.
Yeah, it's like the same. I think I still go that way. I forget.
Ooh, different route to the squirrel.
Now, that route is
This is,
really
like,
bad.
objectively slower.
That is really bad.
I did that for a long time too.
I would have done it if I had seen you doing it, and I didn't know about movement tech. Oh, here
I
we
forgot.
go.
We slip
Here
away
we-
from it because slipping is fast.
Here
Instead of
we
just
go.
walking.
Here we go. Oh man.
Oh my god, I'm still slightly ahead too.
He's just going. He's just going.
He doesn't even jack out.
No
Oh, he
encounter.
goes the wrong way.
And then gets an
I
encounter.
would have had no encounter if I just jacked out too.
He went for it. Oh man. This kind of shows you though how much time save skipping the encounter is. Jacking
He
out.
just-
You're still going the
I don't
wrong
know
way.
if that's the issue here.
Still going the wrong way.
And he still hasn't gotten another encounter too.
He's
Like
still
if he just
slipping
skips
like a madman.
It's amazing. Oh my gosh. He
Oh, you're gonna
skipped
hit
it too. Oh my god.
We're still even. Oh, never mind.
It would not have been that bad if
Yeah.
you had gone the right way.
If you'd gone the right way, you would have been ahead significantly.
Yeah,
And so here is where there's going to be a huge difference depending on if he gets an encounter or not with this freaking mad lad level. Okay. Okay, there we go. Why did I stop to talk to him? So that's where the big time difference is I did a glitch known as slipwalking, where you slip run into or you slip run as you interact with something, which puts you in the slipping state, which means that you keep walking around looking like you're slipping, but you're moving at regular run speed, and because you're in that animation, you can't get encounters. So you can actually see me still walking around like this.
Oh,
oh my god.
you deserved that one. You slipped down the tunnel again.
Yeah.
So yeah, you then have to cancel it by pressing B to actually do a slip. But if you run into a wall or anything, it will immediately act as though the slip ended, and you will get an encounter check. Man, I'm just watching this
GMT 's
run
good.
and realizing how rusty I was. So yeah, at the point 7 years ago, this was not known. Also, that's an example of how slipping is really slow. He got an encounter there. You shouldn't be able to get an encounter there if you don't slip like I did. But also, he slipped in such a way that he actually lost time.
Yep.
Over just running.
Similarly there. That extra long slip out to the side. It looks really swag, but...
Yeah, it actually.
Oh, here's
a
the
little
Navi
bit.
cust we didn't do earlier.
Ah, here we go. Adding in that extra 500 HP.
Yeah, I bet I did this here because someone in chat just reminded me.
I believe that.
That would make sense. Probably also just like, oh, Dive Man's coming up. I don't want to die to Dive Man.
Although you wouldn't...
Oh, it doesn't give me extra HP at this point.
Oh, I got unlucky.
The dive man fight's probably going to be spectacular on the left side.
Oh yeah, really need to keep. How you handle? Did you always just pub stomp blast
I
man?
think I always just went for it. Yeah.
Because you probably didn't really know about hiding behind the cube.
No, I'm definitely going to move to the front panel here.
Oh, I once again drew M-Boomer on this boss.
Oh yeah, we do
Wow.
the same strat that we do in Falzar-ish, except you're trying to move to his thing because you don't know where he's going to move at the time.
So yeah, blast man's already done.
So I did this for a long time, and then Terra used to stand behind the cube when he started running it, because he noticed that Blast Man always seemed to come to the front if you were behind the cube.
I was getting really.
But we didn't know why, or specifically that was a thing his AI does. So I didn't switch to doing that for a long time.
Counter hit tornado.
So ideally, for this fight, I would get 3 charge shots in with Heat Cross, but the missile pattern was actually really bad. So right there, he shouldn't be dead right now. It's close though. You still have a Thunder on the field.
It hits him.
Yes, I
That was
crossed
very
here.
well done.
Hits him into getting the Heat Cross charge shot on top of the grass panels.
Yeah, not too much time lost there, to be honest.
No.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad. You still think Blast Man looks like a toaster?
Kinda.
You think toaster better than Zippo lighter?
Also, I think a lot of time lost, now that I think about it, is also going to come from knowledge of the G-Beast fight. Also, did you do the Colonel strat back then?
I doubt it.
I doubt it. I think that was... I think I did that accidentally. And then we figured it out from there.
So we just gonna...
Yeah, I don't quite remember how it popped up. I remember practicing it a lot and then implementing it in runs.
Are we gonna see some broken panels on Colonel?
Potentially.
Absolutely.
Oh, so what's the time difference now? 17 minutes, 17 seconds.
So we lost like a minute to some of those extra encounters and stuff. But honestly, only losing a minute for all of Blast Dive Split.
That's nothing. That's honestly nothing. You can get a lot more encounters.
Yeah, like that
And
time I got 7.
with the strats that are supposed to save you encounter checks.
Yep. Reminder that run word. So the underground soul weps, I think might actually be a little different.
I would believe it. Although also they're kind of tight as is. This first one's not that bad, but the second one is tight, so I don't really see how much different you can get.
The second one's going to be different from death animations, but
That one-
probably the weapons used will be the same. The first one, I'm thinking about that ring that we go around
Yeah.
first. I think we did that one differently.
I'm pretty sure the ring was different.
I've been told that many times. So I buy the sneak runs now, and you can see not really much time loss. Also, Erothaur just hasn't used it yet.
No, I think he did use it.
Oh, did he use it like immediately?
Yeah.
I think I used it immediately, yeah.
Either used it immediately or got really lucky again, which it's about 50-50, you know?
The way this run's been going.
So other than going to sleep, or trying to go to sleep when you don't have to, neither run has really made the mistake of looking like they don't know where to go, which is nice.
There was that run ring around Yai's place in ACDC.
Oh, okay. You're right. I forgot about that one.
But there hasn't been anything critical, yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing just how much all the small stuff adds up.
It really is, yeah. Oh yeah, you use the sneak run instantly.
All right, so while we have a little
I was convinced that you could get an encounter in the HP area because I used to get one sometimes when I picked up Fire Hit.
While we have a little bit of downtime, Rich, do you want to talk about hotfix again?
Sure. So, on Monday, May 4th, we are going to be doing a little showcase on the GDQ channel. We'll be starting off with a Battle Network 6 randomizer race between the two lovely gentlemen here, Last and Erothaur. They'll be racing up to base, just about an hour and a half in, and it will take they will not be using Beast Out or any crosses to keep things a little interesting. We'll then follow that up with some One Step from Eden runs from Erothaur. He'll be doing a solo Saffron seeded run just to show how broken the game really can be. And then we'll follow that up with an interactive run with the chat, telling Erothaur exactly what spells he will and will not take, as well as some other sort of options in the in the game. And then lastly, we'll wrap things up with a Battle Network 3 race between myself and Kilios. So make sure you tune in Monday, May 4th at 7 p.m. Eastern is when it starts at the GDQ channel.
Dude, I remember that we did that ring differently, but now that I'm seeing it,
that was disgusting.
Oh my god.
It was so bad. you did use an extra weapon also, because right now you're down a weapon.
Yeah.
That would make sense based on what I saw.
That was the main thing when we changed, I think. We still didn't know specifically about the death animations, but it used less weapons. So we were like, oh, it must be faster.
We changed it to something else too. Like the one Risch uses now is a further refining of a different one. With less weapons.
Yeah, we cut down the weapon first, and then we like got rid of death animations or something.
Yeah.
Now we see if Area 2 has changed at all, because I don't think it can change too much. But what do I know? Wait, okay, you just were fake.
It's like, what do I know? Oh, wait a minute, this looks different. I think this area is going to be exactly the same.
I would think so. You only are left with one weapon at the end, so there's really not much room for differences.
Yeah.
Okay, here's a
okay, well, I stand corrected.
That just loses animation time, but that would be faster if you didn't realize animations existed like that.
Yeah, probably thought it was faster because
it's less movement overall.
Yeah.
So other than that, though, is there any other weird animation ones? I feel like you're gonna swap. Yeah, I had a feeling you were gonna do that.
Yeah.
The wide sword off the bat, and then you dagger here. Whereas I'm usually left with a dagger.
Yeah. But again, that's just an animations difference at the end of it.
So 2 differences in saving animations. Other than that, though, the exact same. And there's the same idea behind them in either case. And now I'm curious how you handle...
This is a perfectly synced up G-Beast. Let's see how it goes.
This is going to be interesting.
Poorly is my guess.
Starts off by picking Tomahawk Man. I can't disagree.
I can go for the counter hit.
Didn't even go for the counter hit.
No.
Yeah.
This was before counter hits. On GBs.
Yeah, you just didn't realize that you could effectively counter hit, which makes a lot of sense.
Gets a
I thought that was a counter hittable attack for a second, but I think that this fight's over now for me.
Mine's at 600 HP.
To be fair, Risch did get the counter hit Black Bomb.
Yeah, getting a counter hit into a big chip like Black Bomb or Elm Trap is huge for this fight, which I
It
don't
was
think.
also back in the days where GBs could realistically kill you.
Yeah, and you just wasted M Boomer
Yep.
because he still had iframes.
No, he got the grass value out of it though.
You did. You did
He's-
get 40 damage out of it right now.
Word?
Nice mock gun.
Oh, Lance was such a good draw in this fight.
Oh yeah.
I forgot, and then you used that too.
No way.
This is like me fighting F-Beast the first time.
Oh my god. Okay,
This
Lily-
fight used to be all just straight panic. Nothing else. Pure panic.
Oh, and you didn't. You weren't counting his pattern or anything.
Oh, I
How do you-
probably was.
that was about a minute.
There
Oh,
we go.
this is gonna be even
Yeah.
worse.
And now the Colonel fight. So mine's gonna be over pretty fast. Pretty standard fight.
You know mine's gonna go
You're
poorly because I
picking
took mock
chips.
gun and cracked
I'm
shit.
already questioning everything. Missed the first shot. Got him in the middle. Probably gonna try and mock him. Nope, missed. Okay.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, there's broken panels. More broken panels. More broken. The mock gun missed. Then you crack shot at a broken tile.
That was incredible.
Oh boy.
26 seconds slower for that fight.
Makes sense. It was 19 seconds in game, and then you took an extra custom screen to pick that M Boomer. And so now what are we at? We're at 19 minutes. Still about
Five?
5 more. 5
Yeah.
more minutes.
I
in the-
That's gonna be
imagine-
all pavilion.
Well, under BBS might be a bit.
Under BBS could be different because there's no copy damage strats.
This run finished, so I guarantee you that I drew either
Elm
Endrimmer
Trap.
or Elm Trap.
Well, at least on that one fight, yes, but the other fights are still going to be slower because you don't have copy damage.
Wait, isn't Tomahawk Man Wood Element too?
Yes.
So he's
actually-
Oh
a-
yeah,
he's a good
Tomahawk
draw.
Man used to be a really good draw on that fight.
Yeah. If we finally get punished for all the slips.
Doubt.
Nope. Risch got punished! What is this? Oh my gosh.
This game has no justice.
Nice time bomb.
Yo, thanks.
So actually, he did have cleaner slipping than you did there entering the undernet. That slip around saved like a full half second, and there was no chance of an encounter. I don't slip there either, I think, so I should add that back in.
Mock gunning the Metars. Also, you have way more HP, Erothaur.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got
This
a lot.
used to be a thing. Gregar's dangerous.
No, he
And
is.
so is under BBS.
True.
That was like 7 seconds on that first fight.
He keeps drawing copy damage though.
Yeah, it's so fast. I love drawing copy damage.
Dude,
If
imagine
only there
copy
was
damage
some way to
actually
do it
doesn't-
every time.
Copy damage doesn't even really help on this fight too much. It can, but
Yeah, it's actually like useless on that fight.
that fight though was very minor.
Yeah, just a couple seconds.
5 or 6.
Here we go.
Tomahawk Man into Black Bomb.
Huh.
Black Bomb with no heat cross.
Nice.
Well, heat crossing is terrifying, so don't do it. He throws it out there.
I did the Jameek strat. Very tried and true at this point. Left him at 4 HP. And Erothaur is just panicking.
I mean, to be fair, that's a barrier 100. I'd panic too. Oh, the Black Bomb was hiding.
Ooh.
Forgot about
Yeah,
that.
put it
I
behind.
forgot
the
about the Black Bomb, yeah.
Oh, don't you get a friendly back bomb throw here?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you do. I love that.
Just the casual toss and just moves into it.
That one's hard to do fast. But even then,
Yeah, the
only like
ideal
5
is the
seconds.
kettle just goes to the middle.
Yep.
This fight always sucks.
Erothaur got baited by Black Bomb.
He didn't though.
Oh, he did it properly. He got it. He got a little lucky because the bottom one didn't jump.
Yep.
All skill.
These slips.
They're amazing, aren't they?
Oh my
He
god.
lost all the time from that sweet Black Bomb because of it.
Dude, those slips are sick.
We should do an max slips percent.
Because swag is way more important than fast.
Just do a race where it's like after you've picked up slip run and you have to do the swaggiest slips possible, and you have just people who are judging your slips every single time.
I'll just, as soon as I get into Sky 1, I'll do what the task does. And like zigzag slip up the ramp. And then get an encounter at the top of the ramp.
Of course. Well, I think you could actually make it a reasonable puzzle, right? Because when you slip, you can only go in a straight line. So you could make a decent puzzle out of you're not allowed to move other than slipping. And just
Yeah.
can you even get to certain areas?
I'm really excited to see Pavilion, by the way.
It's gonna be great. My PB has a messed up first try gavel skip very early on, doesn't it?
That'll be interesting for comparison.
Oh,
was a
yeah,
very-
actually.
It was the very fast one where like I forgot to step on the first button, but still somehow triggered the grass. You're also probably gonna get an encounter here with all your slips. That's gonna lose some time.
No. Please. I am a slip god.
Immediately gets encountered. Now, I remember this was the first comp we introduced Slipwalk into, and honestly, I thought you used it in this run, but you added it very soon after.
Yeah, I don't think I knew about it when this run happened. Because as soon as I found out that that glitch was a thing...
The triangle. What was that triangle of slips you just did?
What? What do you mean?
You went
Just standard
to a point
stuff,
where
dude.
all you had to do was run up, and you went down left into up into right. And I was
No,
like,
no, Risch, you don't get it. If you're not slipping, what's the point? You can't move without slipping once you have the program.
fantastic.
Dude, Snake's a 4-star chip. That could be a Muramasa and randomize it.
Oh no. Oh no.
I remember a run from around this time frame where I slipped straight past glide 3 times in a row.
Somehow he didn't get a third encounter.
Oh, he almost just left.
I bet I don't talk to mom. I did.
Oh.
Have some faith in yourself.
Dude, that methodical guy, I don't know.
We're now at the 20-minute difference mark. So we just have, what is it? 4 minutes to
4
go.
minutes to go. So what, like, it's gonna be almost a full minute for Gregar, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Pavil 4 shouldn't be too slow. Because he doesn't have to jack out ever. He's got 1000 HP.
No, yeah, that's fair.
Unless I get a nightmare.
No
No,
copy.
that's Pavil 4.
Oh, and Pavil 4.
Yeah,
right.
Pavil 1 I expect to be slow. Pavil 2 won't be much slower.
I bet I still jack out in Pavil 4.
Pavil 2, if you're doing it normally, should only lose the time for 1 encounter.
I don't know,
Yes.
have you seen this man slip?
Okay,
He might
fair.
get 2. Or he might get 0. The legendary faster than gavel skip. Doing the comp as intended.
Slip everywhere, but as intended. And just skip every encounter.
Neither of us walked through the dead punk novice.
I'm very disappointed.
Disappointed.
In BN3, I've given up on walking through the tank because it's too hard. I can do it, but like every time, it just takes too long, and I hate it.
Yeah, it's kind of how I feel about the punk navies.
Yeah.
Wow, first try talk to book. I didn't think we were that good at that earlier.
I think I just have to run past it and then just.
I go through phases where I'm really bad at it. Like, I won't talk to the book for a solid 50 runs, and then I'll start just talking to the book every single time.
All right. The order is also probably going to be different if I had to guess.
Well, he does the Japanese order.
Yeah. Well, that's the normal order. The only reason I do it, I changed the order for this because this is the best place with the GMD.
Why don't we do it off that other GMD? Have you timed that?
You probably get an encounter.
Hmm.
I have not done actual testing though.
Good. Give that a try. It does make a nice backup though. If you screw up really early, you can go to that one.
Yep.
This comp's really scary to get encounters in because everything's water.
Yep.
And like hits you for 300 plus if you're in heat cross. Of course, you're not gonna die though. We've got 1000 HP.
So he hasn't even made it to the first prog yet.
No, he's going to his second prog. He already banked his first one.
Oh, he did. Good. Okay.
He was faster there, and then he got 2 encounters and went the scenic route.
Makes sense.
Although now he's gonna get a Train Arrow 3. Nope, denied. Even Train Arrow 3 hates us.
Even the S rank.
Oh yeah, you have to slip around that way because the shark's in there, waiting for you. The shark we kiss.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's appropriate to have a recap dungeon, if you will, where it's the puzzles you did before but harder. I kind of like that idea.
And there's interesting twists on like the last one because it's not the same puzzle really.
Yep, and similarly, like having the shoutouts to like the mayor being one of the, or the aquarium director is one of the things you put in a tank is pretty funny.
Yeah.
Legend of Zelda does this a lot, where they.
Is the
do, like, a
lying
recap
penguin
dungeon.
in Pavilion as well?
Yes,
Oh,
the
no.
penguin and shark.
We got sharked.
You just slipped into it.
Gotta go fast.
You look like you're going at Mach speed with these slips, though.
Doesn't it look great?
Oh my god, you're just slipping like a madman with these sharks around.
All right, and there you go. It was about a minute.
Makes sense. There's like 3-4 encounters. So yeah, if I'm not mistaken,
Now, mind you, when I actually timed this, I went for like a best case scenario of what it would happen with encounters, and the slipwalk actually broke even exactly.
Yeah, that would make sense. Yeah, I messed up here.
Nice button.
And just slipped right into the gavel. So I'm starting off strong here.
I used to be terrified to slip much in these comps
Yeah.
because the walls just cancel it.
Yep. And here we go. But that encounter is a lot slower. Like you can see, I think I've already caught up with him as a result.
Yeah, you're past me now already.
To be fair, copy damage would have made it faster.
Yeah, for sure.
You gotta
Only by one charge shot, right?
So yep.
So
There
only
we
one
go.
encounter though. So far, there's a small chance. Yeah, one encounter's not too bad. That's not a major time loss.
No.
And if you slipped more aggressively and had a copy damage,
Now, to be fair, I also messed up gavel skip.
true.
I didn't draw M Boomer. What is this? My fight's gonna go. You can see it. It's like ever so slightly faster because of the way I do the first charge shot.
Yep.
I think I was actually like the tiniest bit behind going in due to like pausing and whatnot.
So that was about 12 seconds.
Yep.
In that comp.
Now for comp 3, I know there's a different route that we do to avoid encounters, and I don't recall if I got an encounter or not. Oh wait, is this the run where I got the nightmare encounter and then ran first turn?
Probably.
Which is actually fastest. Like, if you're going for whir, you want nightmare into first try runaway, because you don't try to first try runaway against other things.
Yeah.
The route's different as well.
Got raided.
There's the encounter here, and it's no nightmare.
I got the encounter coming up soon, like right now-ish.
Mm-hmm.
It was like the
Risch
last
gets first try.
too. It was the last check. Got a nightmare encounter and just ran away.
Panic, but then run away.
You're actually a macaroni ahead too, so I guess not only is this better steps, it's also faster.
Probably than whatever this old one is, yeah. Oh yeah, that's right. I remember being really upset with this typhoon.
No.
I remember being...
Fell.
Oh, you fell.
Oh my god.
Oof.
Second encounter.
Second encounter.
It's still not nightmare though.
We found the rest of the minutes. Well, there's gonna be one more on Gregar at least.
These typhoons are the worst.
Indeed.
Yes. Gonna fall again, don't mind me.
Oh no! He's playing so scared.
Look at these.
Yeah, no, there it is. There's,
Oh no.
This is all the time was that I was looking for.
Yep. So it was just this comp.
It was just this comp, which makes sense. I should have realized Typhoon's gonna bullied.
Falling once in this comp is sad, but like it happens. Falling twice is.
Oh, also not skipping the cutscene.
So that cutscene is skippable only at the very beginning of it. Once the text box appears, you can't skip it anymore, which is interesting. I don't know how we found out about that.
Someone didn't skip it in their run, and we were like, "Wait, you cheater!"
Oh, someone did
Or
skip it.
someone did skip it in their run. Sorry.
Drew Black Bomb. So did you.
Yeah, actually,
I messed it up.
yeah, you messed it up. Erothaur's execution was better other than
Yeah, but
he let
I
him go
didn't.
to...
I didn't hit any charge shots in the meantime, though, and I let him form change.
I left him at 1 HP.
Yeah, you got trolled by the grass funnel.
I mean, to be fair, I should have played around it, but I got a little unlucky in the fact that he chose to move to the bottom row the time that I threw the black bomb. I should have then recognized that and waited, but I also didn't want to wait.
Oh, different route in Pavil 4. Well, but
Yes.
of course, we need to slip as much as possible, and turning isn't slipping.
Yeah, of course.
Start the fight at the same time, roughly. Just different fights.
Wow, that actually worked?
The
Wait.
emblem?
No, the Elm trap.
Wait.
Oh, the Elm
Wait.
trap.
There's
Wait.
like fire attacks on screen. It auto triggers immediately after being used.
Yeah, that was weird.
And then
And it damaged the candle.
a jack out.
You immediately. First fight, you only took 200 damage of your 1000 plus HP.
The path is long. I'd have to slip too much to get back up.
But you love slipping too much. Alright, fight 2, you guys are around the same time. But Risch has got the fast fight left. Was this Tomahawk Man doing work? Nah, this is one.
Yeah, he used Tomahawk Man, so I'm able to start it around the same time he's ending it. And he still has a fight left.
Don't do time stop chips, kids. They're slow. This is why I cut count out of Balzar.
I got hit by the fire. I bet I jacked out again after this.
He's starting the fight, and I'm fighting Circus Man.
Yep.
Oh no, I don't jack out again after this because I vividly remember losing a run that was on pace to bop last to a random encounter on the way back to Circus Man.
Also, not charge shotting from the front.
It's the big brain strats, Risch. You wouldn't understand.
He does the maximal slippage, so there's a chance of an encounter. Not punished, though.
It doesn't really matter because he's going back to Circus Man too. Instead of running into a firewall. I think I drew Emboom. I didn't draw anything. How many times did...
Risch is just a little bit more on point with releasing the attack as quickly as possible.
Yeah, I also started a bit faster. My first charge shot came out before the clap, whereas Erothaur waited on the clap. Other than that, though, it was just the same.
There we go, 1 minute to lose on Gregar.
Yep, 23 minutes behind.
Oh, the spaghetti that's gonna drop in this Gregar fight.
Ending on a high note.
On both sides, if I recall.
We get to watch for... No, I forget.
You didn't get fastest, Gregar.
Didn't you
I forget
did he
what I
mess
had.
up fastest?
I think he got faster, Gregar.
I think I got faster Gregar after messing up fastest. I remember drawing Emboomer. Yeah. I think... What did I do? I missed the charge shot.
Yeah, you didn't get hit by
I fired that charge shot like... How did that happen?
So this was funny. I knew to damage boost and Buster Gregar twice, but I didn't realize it was double hitting him at the time, I don't think.
Yeah, and we took chips so that when he did lightning, we could do something.
Yeah.
There's
And
that.
then dive man double hits as well.
I want to pause my run
Yep,
since
yep.
it's over. It's just pure heat cross.
And you,
Yep.
you've got the HP for it.
I had just taken wide
Oh,
sword and then
You just lost the life sword. That would have been a way to end it.
Alright, and there it is. Oh, I guess. Still.
And there we go.
GG.
So yep, that makes a lot of sense. 23:45 difference. Oh hey, I got a follow from getting world record. Imagine that.
so glad that arrows were one. Me too.
I mean, look at it. It has the less time spent.
He's saving
Hard.
the game right now. He just saved his splits. Alright. Yeah, there you go. 23-minute, 44-second. With that, we don't have too much more to say, I think. The runs were hilarious. That was so excellent. I forgot how silly that slipping was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good.
Slip running was probably the most fun part of the whole run. Just watching all of the slips.
Practicing that was crazy too, because like there were very intricate slips of like you want to slip up, right, left to like put yourself in the right line, and it was
Did
just
you
slow.
practice?
I watched your record all
I
the
just
time.
went, dude.
Yeah. So
Like burned it into my muscles over full runs.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the slipping was. You'd have a lot of times where you'd try to quickly change directions, but you wouldn't be quick enough, or you'd be too quick, and you'd launch yourself back up the really long corridor. Oh man.
It was fun. Like seeing a lot of the little mistakes that not only I made, but also just like comparing the two mistakes between the runs. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Well, thank you, gentlemen, both for joining me.
No problem.
Like I said, this is something that I have done on my own for like studying runs, but only ever like, oh, I'll check the Gregar split or whatever because there's a lot of time saved. But doing the full game run was super fun, and since the Arrows record was so old, it was nice to see all the old strats and really get a conversation going about how much the game has changed, and again how much it hasn't, and the ways we, the soul weps look pretty similar, and the corners are always going to be the worst. So that was super fun. Once again, Erothaur, thanks for joining me.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this was a super good idea.
And
It was
Risch,
a lot of fun.
the winner.
No problem. Yes, yeah, I suppose. Just before we end, I'm going to do one more quick shout out of the hotfix on Monday. So 2 days from now, we will be featured on the GDQ hotfix. We'll be doing a little community spotlight, which will start off with these two gentlemen here, Last and Erothaur, doing a Battle Network 6 randomizer race up to base, which is about an hour and a half into the run, and they will not be using any crosses or any beast out in order to keep the run a little bit more interesting. We'll follow that up with two One Step from Eden runs by Erothaur. The first one will be a solo seeded run, a solo Saffron seeded run that will show off just how fast the game really can go. And we'll follow that up with a interactive run where we will let the chat decide what spells and artifacts that Erothaur has to take. And then we will conclude the stream with a Battle Network 3 race between Kilios and myself. We will be playing opposite versions. He'll be playing EXE3 Black, and I'll be playing just plain EXE3, otherwise known as White. So make sure you tune in Monday, May 4th at 7 p.m. Eastern is when it starts at the GDQ channel. So make sure you check that out. And I think we'll also work on trying to schedule another one of these sort of world record comparison runs, perhaps with Battle Network 3 next. So is there anything else you want to say last?
Yeah, anybody this was my idea to do this sort of a stream. If you have ideas for team streams that you would like to see in the future, or you want to get involved in anything Mega Man Battle Network speedrunning, pop on over to our Discord. We can drop a link in chat. And we have all the strats that you would need. If you wanted to do a throwback to 2013 run, we could get you set up with notes from that time too, maybe? Or at least a world record to get you started. And yep, hop on in there. And other than that, I am the last. You can find me on all the different platforms as theLastAaoa. My co-commentators were Risch and Erothaur. And on behalf of everybody at TeamBN, we hope you all enjoy your evening, stay safe, and bust some viruses. Thanks.
Thanks for watching.